this is for the one who ain't never had a love, yeah. This one's for the girl who don't feel like she's enough, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This one's for the cool kid playing on the school team, crying to himself cause he never had the prom queen. Head full of wants, but they said it's just a pipe dream, yeah. This one's for the kids like me, they never had one day. The ladies always turn their cheek, but they ain't let the fat ones sing. This one's for the kids like me, kept working when they had nothing. When people try to take their dreams, they stuck it to them, please don't change.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome
What
to
is
the
up?
Alex Cuesta Show. How's everybody doing out there on this Wednesday, April 2nd, 2025, episode number 159? David, hi.
Hello. I was just playing Rivals, Marvel Rivals yet again, before the show, like I always tell you.
Yep.
I never actually played Scarlet Witch before, but now I can see why she's so fun and also so annoying. Because I was just being mean to a Punisher for a long time in that game, and I don't.
Did you
think
simp for her like all the other simps?
A little bit. I got her skin that was in the battle pass off of.
That
playing
sounds so fucking weird, though, where it's like any like character, it's like, I got their skin.
Well, you're making it weird.
Yeah,
that's your
it's
fault.
where it fucking goes. Leave me alone. But okay, so you're playing Rivals again, so that means that I will be disturbing you at some point. You'll be like, "Hey, leave me alone. I have to finish a round," and I'll be like,
Yeah.
"Okay." That happens frequently when I text you, but it's nice to have you around. This is your on week, which is good, and it's funny now when I'm like scheduling guests. I try to schedule guests based off of, is David going to be there? So is he going to like? Is this a guest that David's going to really want to indulge in and shit like that? So I make sure that I try to do that for you, and I try to bring it in. So Dave, one thing that's been brought to my attention. One of our listeners said maybe we should fuck off with the hack no cap pre-roll. He said like it doesn't vibe with the feel of the show. So I want to know in the chat, anyone that listened to the hack no cap pre-roll, it's like me, it's one of our good buddies. He's an artist. Should we drop the hack no cap pre-roll and get one that fits more with the kind of vibe that we have for our show? I like it. So, but if I will do what the people want, let me know. And on that note, hi for everybody wherever you're watching from, whether it's YouTube, Kick, X, Facebook, Rumble. We say hello to everybody. Please make sure you like, share, follow, subscribe, give us 5-star ratings if you're listening via podcast form later. Last week, Dave, you weren't here, but I talked to Kevin Dalton. He is a former candidate over in Cali, and he's just now a pissed off citizen. He moved from Cali to Idaho. Yeah. And he was just awesome talking to him about all the things going on in Cali. He's still very plugged in. He's someone, Dave, that believes that they shouldn't be recalling Gavin Newsom right now. And he gave a lot of good reasons for why. So there's that. So go back and give that a listen. Dave, what are you chuckling about?
Everything just froze for me for a while you were talking. I'm just sitting here trying to figure things out while you were yapping away.
The internet.
I came back.
Speaking of the internet, I want to bring on two of our favorite individuals from the interwebs that we've had them on before. It has been far too long, but every once in a while I infiltrate their streams and kind of harass them verbally. It is the members of Melee Games. It is Melee James and Kay.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, Alex. Thank you so much, AOL Dave. I love this show. I'm so happy to be back. And I didn't know AOL Dave is a fellow China respecter. All hail Marvel Rivals. All hail China. If I keep praising them, we will get like so many Chronos tokens that we're gonna like just mark out. We're gonna
buy out
the next
more of
battle pack.
Ubisoft, and maybe they'll make good games for them. Who knows?
Yeah, there you go. Just buy up all the American shit because they're all lame and gay. I love it. All hail Marvel Rivals. Tiananmen Square never happened.
For those that don't know,
what are you talking about?
The inception of David's name comes from James.
Yes.
James and Kay named him AOL Dave because the last time Dave's internet decided to fuck off. And it looks like maybe we're getting more of that, Dave.
Yeah, I was getting scared. I was like, there's no way it's happening on this episode in particular again.
He's downgrading to Netscape, Dave, if anyone remembers that.
Netscape, CompuServe. I always like CompuServe. That was the way to go. So really quick, I have Elvis GC, Melee K renewed my love of oatmeal raisin cookies and Mace Windu. That has to be an inside joke. Hey, what do you have against Mace Windu? Why are you racist?
Everything. Yeah, sure. It's racism. I fucking
he's
hate
black.
Mace Windu. I don't even care. Sure.
I mean, and look, I'm not going to sit here and be ranted on by a white man like Kay about Mace Windu. Okay, we're not going to do this.
Hey, listen, I will say Mace Windu was a fucking badass in the original Clone Wars on Cartoon Network. Where
That's the
Yes.
only time I agree. Otherwise, he sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, let me hear what your issues with Mace is, because I actually don't mind Mace. I like his whole background and like I like where they're coming from, where he's like Anakin that didn't fuck off to the dark side. He kind of controls it. What do you hate him for?
He's just like a Reddit tier, and like he thinks he's so smart, and he's like, "Oh, if I knew if that was happening, I would know about it," and all that kind of stuff. Like that's just him constantly. And he's I'm an Ahsoka person. I know not everyone likes Ahsoka.
I was going to say
I'm-
that's a rough take.
Not
right
the
there,
show, not the show,
Okay.
but like the character.
So,
I like
yeah.
Ahsoka, like in the Clone Wars cartoon, and it's his fault that she leaves. He's just constantly just being a jerk to everyone. I don't like him. He thinks
But
he's
was
smart.
he wrong? Ahsoka was conflicted. Anakin was a fucker before that. Mace was kind of the only one that saw through the fact that Anakin was gonna turn. He was the
There we
one,
go.
and
Okay,
he
but
was protecting
Now we're gonna
against
get to
it
the rest of
the
this.
This is
whole.
why he had to
listen,
go.
He was the only monk that sat there and was like, "Hey, our order is about to get fucked because you're letting in this bastard, and we made up midichlorians. We know we all made it up. We just know he's evil." Okay, and Mace is the only one. Yoda's like, "I can control him." No, you can't, motherfucker. You're green.
But the thing is
So-
with Mace Windu is that he was like that from the get-go. Like Anakin's
What?
literally like a child pretty much, and he's like, I don't trust this guy already. It's
Yeah,
like
he's bullying the kids.
you're like
Love
the
it.
one that is making it so that he can't trust anyone here because you're already talking like that. So no, I don't
So
know.
you're telling me Mace is why Anakin killed the littlings?
Youngling.
I do.
Good.
I
Get it
think
right.
that. You know what? If Mace Windu was more open to helping Anakin, maybe he wouldn't have turned to the dark side.
I mean, Anakin just didn't have a father growing up. Mace was trying to be that father. And here you are shitting on a strong black man trying to be a father. Wow.
Good.
Wow,
He's
Kay.
actually there. Shocking.
Hi, YouTube.
Oh my God. Yes, YouTube. We're already gone. Anyway, Nate G coming in saying
Hi.
it punishes the Punisher or else it gets the hose again. I don't know what
Yes.
that reference is.
I will consider. What?
I don't remember.
You don't know that reference?
No. Why?
What the
What is
fuck?
wrong with me?
All right,
Oh,
leave
wow.
the stream. Go watch Silence of the
Yeah.
Lambs.
Yes.
Right now.
Go. Yeah.
There
Thank
go.
you.
There we
Thank
get
you.
it. I also could have just tucked and put on the lipstick and sung "Goodbye Horses." It wouldn't be the first
Yeah.
time I've done that on stream. but there you
I mean,
go.
listen,
that will also
it-
get you taken down.
it's probably been damn near 20 years since I've seen Silence. So I
Oh, okay.
okay.
That's
so
not
I'll
an
get there.
excuse. That's
Okay.
not
Yes,
an
it is.
excuse.
You
for-
shut your mouth, David.
It's one of the easiest to recognize lines in pop culture. What the fuck are you talking
I'm
about?
not easy, unlike you. Okay.
And that dog was a star. That dog was also in Batman Returns, and it was also in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. So that's a pivotal star right there. It was a great dog.
Okay. Even Joe Dirt, Nate G says, yeah, Joe Dirt's more recognizable to me. I've seen that more recently.
What? Oh my god.
Okay. All right. This is a
And-
bad start.
The Onslaught 616 says, never knew the Office fanfic could be so good till I discovered Melee games. Kay is a fucking beast at writing those, I will say.
Yeah.
She's
yeah.
the best.
Fake news.
She's the best. She's so good. When she writes Michael and fucking Dwight meeting in the closet, God, I can't stop reading. Anyway,
For which time? It's been like 7 times now.
the
It's
one where they actually use the broom instead of talking about it. Anyway,
Oh.
Elvis GC coming in saying, "Don't worry, James, I'd fuck you." See, I know that's a reference from Clerks. Okay, did you fuck me?
which
I'd
is
fuck you. There we go.
referencing Silence of the
It
Lambs.
is. I know. Shut up. Leave me alone, everyone. Okay, let's get into the real stuff. It's
Quite
it's my name on
embarrassing.
the show. Anyway. So let's talk about something else. I did watch Silence, but let's talk about something I didn't watch. Everyone else here is good at being a nerd, but me. Earlier today was the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct,
Yes.
where I've seen a lot of mixed shit coming out from
Mhm.
Nintendo 2 Direct. I've seen some good in terms of some of the things that they're bringing on to the the Switch 2 and stuff like that, with some of the GameCube things and that they're bringing in. But then I've also seen some of the bad, aka our wallets are going to punish ourselves because I'm
Yeah.
probably going to get the Switch 2. So I want to start. Kay, rant away. What was good? What was bad?
Well, I actually hate the system itself, I've discovered. Like, through reflecting on it, watching the direct multiple times, watching other directs, just, like, all day, getting in conversations about the Switch 2. I really don't like these controllers with this mouse functionality. I don't like the button on the back to get it off of the magnet. I don't like the fact that it's a magnet. None of it is fun. And then the Pro controller looks worse as well. There's like this Pro controller too, and it's more compact and it has
Mhm.
back paddles on it. And anyone who's used controllers with back paddles now, you can program them to be good, but more often than not, you hit them by accident. And
Yes.
whatever the default button is or whatever you set it to, it makes it do that prompt over and
It's
over,
always
and it's
strafe.
really
It's
obnoxious.
I
always
will say,
strafe
I
in
have
some of the
a
games. You just randomly
Yeah.
strafe.
I have a Pro controller back paddles that I just have them not do anything.
Yeah,
They don't do
exactly.
a single
I disable
goddamn
them.
thing. Like I can hit them as much as I want. They don't do nothing.
Like,
to
in a
me. So,
rare case, it can work. It depends what kind of
Yeah.
gaming you do. Like, if you're really competitive, sure, maybe. But for me, like, I usually just end up putting the controller down, and then it accidentally hits something, and it's just obnoxious the way that your hands sit. It's like right
Mhm.
there.
Yeah.
So I hate the Pro controller. I think it's a big like downgrade. I freaking hate the Joy-Cons in general. First of all, there's so many people that are like, but it's Nintendo, it'll be fine. Like, just because, the vision, whatever. The Joy-Cons won. They were so bad that there was a lawsuit over it and they
Mhm.
lost and they repair those now. So I don't just blindly trust that this is gonna work as intended. The mouse thing, it wigs me out. And I was talking to James earlier about this too. I know James has this opinion as well. Like with Metroid 4, I'm like, really? Like the mouse functionality on this is not gonna go well. For streaming even. Let's just talk about streaming as
Yeah,
well. What am
streaming's
I
gonna be
gonna
rough.
do? Like how am I gonna drag these like this? Like it's just so impractical.
That's going to create some real awkward memes of
I-
you
Right?
on the internet.
will say
doing
this, though.
Exactly.
I will say this. Wheelchair basketball was fucking hilarious.
Murder ball?
Them
tried
showing
Some
that.
murder ball that way.
It
That
looks
was
like a
so
game I'll
funny
play
too.
like a very little of it, laugh a lot, and then never touch again.
Wait, did they call it
But
wheelchair basketball? They dead named murder ball?
No,
It's
Oh,
fucking named
God.
murder ball.
was it
I don't know
Dash?
what they
I don't
called
actually
it.
know the name of it. I just was dying laughing the whole time I saw it
Yeah.
on screen.
Well, murder ball. I think I actually found that out. What was the movie with Johnny Knoxville and when he was playing
lot of them.
Atard?
Oh, the
Oh,
ringer?
the ringer.
The Ringer. I'm pretty sure they
Yeah.
played murder ball in the Ringer.
Okay, now I need to
think
look this
so.
up because I'm like,
I don't
what
know,
is
but
this
it's
game
called
called?
murder ball and it's
I can't
fantastic.
remember. It was like driving something.
Drag X Drive.
Drag and drive.
That sounds
That's
even better
Drag
than
X
fucking
Drive.
making freaking
But
people
when I-
drag race in their wheelchairs. Like
I
you gotta have like
searched-
flames.
I searched wheelchair basketball Nintendo and it's like, do you want news about wheelchair basketball? And it's just like
No.
this whole thing. So
I love it.
I don't know. That
Please
game
click
made
on
me
that.
laugh, man.
That
I don't
game was
even
fun
know where I
watching that.
am anymore. I'm on Bing, so it's a whole
Oh
different
Jesus!
world.
Oh,
You
that's
can
rough.
you can
You
set
found yourself
that.
in a
You can
bad
fix
spot.
that. You
Yeah.
can set your actual browser on top. Even if you search it through Microsoft, you can make it Google. You can fix
That's true.
yourself, Kay. You
That's
can.
true.
Bing
Do I
is
look
so
like someone
funny,
that wants
though.
to fix themselves? No.
No, you have James. You have nothing to fix anyway. Okay.
Exactly, I'm good.
Anyway, James, what are your impressions of the direct? What did you like? What did you hate?
Yeah, no, I'm kind of in the same boat. It was a mixed bag for me, which if you go on the internet, like everyone is screaming one way or another. You have to love it or hate it, which is always funny to see. You can't just be like, it's good and bad. But it was for me, it was good and bad. The games were good. The few games they showed. Mario Kart looks great. I think it looks super
looks
good. It's
Fantastic, actually.
it's like almost a MMO Mario Kart. I
Mhm.
like Kay. You called it Burnout Paradise Mario Kart. I
It
think
is
that's super.
Yeah.
Burnout Paradise.
I like that
through
the
and through.
steel ball run mode of it, where you're just going through the map and whoever like people just knock out. I love
Yeah.
that. That looks
Oh,
so
yeah.
much
That's
fun.
like revenge. It's
Yeah.
very
Yes.
burnouty. And then, one thing that a lot of people aren't talking about is the upgrade system, which is also a mixed bag. I actually thought in terms of Zelda for Breath of the Wild, Tears of the
Yeah.
Kingdom, that upgrade, which I didn't advertise it properly, but if you subscribe to Nintendo Switch Online and expansion, you get that upgrade for free. You pay a monthly fee, but you get it for free.
Mhm.
But some of the upgrades are premium, and then others are just free, like FPS boosts, which
Yeah.
Pokemon dearly needs.
Yeah.
But the one that I don't see a lot of people talking about is Kirby and the Forgotten Lands is getting like a full-blown expansion, and that game is fucking
Yeah.
incredible.
Anything
It
Kirby's
was very-
amazing.
Yeah, and that game was this close to rivaling Odyssey, and so
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, I'm buying that upgrade. I love
Yep.
that game. Give me
Yep.
more of that game. And then speaking of Odyssey, we have Monkey Odyssey. Literally,
Yep.
it's Odyssey 2, but with Monkey.
I'm fine
It
with
looks
it.
Nice.
so freaking good. So the games themselves look good, but a lot of the social stuff I do not care about. I'm not going to be getting on fake Discord on Switch with
I'm
my
not going to
friends.
get a camera.
No,
Put it
and
up.
and you
To
know they
watch
also
a
did.
5 FPS shared gameplay, like that was insane.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's like you're doing this as a demonstration, and your stream can't even.
It was
keep
pretty
up with
brave
5
of them
FPS.
to do that.
Which, by the
To
way,
just allow that to be shown.
If you watch the part where they talk about like parental controls, where they have Bowser Jr. and they have Boo and Goomba,
Yeah.
they actually reference the fact that they're running at 5 frames a second because all of the like Goomba and Boo are running at 5 frames a second when they're on screen. So they
here's
actually
the thing.
animated them at a lower resolution.
Here's the thing with that though. It's gonna do enough because they're gonna sit there and be able to pay some Twitch streamers to exclusively use that function on the Switch too. So it is gonna
I
get
don't know if they'll do
functionality.
that though. I don't know
I
if
think they
Nintendo
will.
do that.
I think they
Nintendo
will.
is usually out of touch with this stuff.
Yeah,
right?
I was like, I don't think Nintendo's gonna do that.
Which I love and
They might.
hate.
So
I love
the
and hate
thing
that they're out of touch.
with that whole like camera, I'm calling it Discord. Like it's just the easiest way
It
to
is.
summarize it. The thing with the Discord thing is I hate it, but I understand where they're coming from. It's 100% 2020 mentality. They were working on this while like Switch One was
It's
out
true.
and people were alive and well dealing with it, playing Animal Crossing, March 20th when everyone was locked up. That's 100% where this is coming from. And so they're in their brain, it's like, oh, it makes sense. Nobody can see their friends. Let's make Discord in Nintendo
Nintendo
Switch.
still thinks we're all locked down.
And then I thought about it more deeply. And I was like, wait a minute. One of the biggest criticisms that we all had about the first Switch was the voice chat in it and how you literally had to use this app and then you had to like connect through that way. So maybe the criticism got to them that we were just all criticizing how bad it was compared to Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah.
And so they wanted to go above and beyond on that. But like, it was just, can you just add a basic Discord function so we can hear each other? Like we don't
Now
need like this video and
Yeah.
sharing screen and everything.
It's got
Just-
a dedicated button now, and on top
Yeah.
of that, it doesn't come with a it doesn't, which we all thought it was going to be like when you see something that Nintendo should copyright, you hit the copyright button.
Yeah.
But
Power World.
get him out of here. I know. Yeah. I made a joke being like the upgrade to Pokemon X through A is just going to upgrade it to Power World or something.
Are you guys excited to be able to fuck things in the new Power World though? Like
I don't
the
like
Power
Power World. I'm more excited to fuck 'em.
furries.
Yes.
The furry Power. Like I cannot wait for that stream on your channel. I'm
Wait.
not gonna lie, because I
Oh,
know
know thy
you guys
enemy.
are gonna do that.
Was that legit? I thought it was April Fool's.
Yes.
Like I ignored
No, that's legit.
everything yesterday.
I
legit.
have it wish listed.
No,
It's-
that's a
it's
real thing. They are making Power World furry fuckers. That's what I'm calling it.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, it's legit. That's an actual game that they made.
The anime, it's Pal World more than just pals, and it is it's TBA, not out yet, but goddamn Lovander is looking at me real sus like, woo!
That is going to
Yeah.
be streaming gold because
It's
you're
gonna-
going to have big titty anime characters in love situations. What more could you want? Rumble for
That's
days.
gonna be rough.
It's not going to be on
gonna be
YouTube. I'll tell you that much. You better be on Rumble.
Our members get the special treatment with those streams. Oh my goodness. Mhm.
So let's talk a little bit of pricing because we mentioned some of the games and stuff, and I think that was the big value was the games that they announced, and even the backwards compatible and like the GameCube legacy games they're bringing on was a good thing. I saw a lot of those. David, you sent me the stuff about Pokemon Coliseum, and I fucking love Pokemon Coliseum. It's one of my favorite Pokemon
Bro,
games of all
same.
time.
That's my
Yeah,
favorite
they
Pokemon
introduced-
game ever.
They introduced Shadow Pokemon, and that thing has been a legacy now forever, right?
Yes.
You had that crazy bitch that could see him, and she would just eye fuck them, and then you'd have to go catch him with the special ball,
So
right?
good, man.
Oh,
Oh, my God,
and
I'm so
the
happy.
battle, Mount Battle was incredible. I spent hours on Mount Battle.
Mhm.
David used to watch because he was too young to be good at video games at that point.
Yeah.
But we used to play it all the time. But this might be the negative right here. Dave, talk about what's on my screen here.
Yeah, right now I have Nintendo Switch up here, and I actually had to sign in to see the price. I
I want
obviously
you
I
to
could have went
know.
to Twitter, but I wanted to go to the website, but I had to sign in to see the price. So thanks, Nintendo. But I have them in Freedom dollars right here, which unfortunately Melee doesn't know because they're Canadian. But
Yeah,
I am
my dollar's
Canadian.
worthless.
but it's $450 for just the Switch 2 system itself. But if you're going to get Mario Kart World, which most people are probably going to get this bundle, it's $500.
Now,
Right.
Dave, how much is Mario Kart World standalone?
$80.
So this is worth, if you're going to already buy the Switch
Everyone's
2,
getting Mario Kart.
you
Yeah.
might as well get the
Yeah.
bundle. I know
Bundle or
I'm going to
nothing.
buy
This
this.
is
I'm going
what
to get the bundle.
Everyone's going to buy. Everyone's going to buy this bundle. And
100%.
so I don't know. Pricing has been a very big topic of conversation around this, and rightfully so. So I have no idea how this is going to sell, especially after the Switch itself, whether or not people are going to think it's worth it. I do think this new Mario Kart is going to pull a lot of people because it looks so good, and because people They love these family games and they love these racing games. So they'll be like, I'll throw in for it. But it is coming out in the summer. So I am interested to see just what the immediate sales are and pre-sale and everything. Because we can talk as much as we want about how expensive it is. But I'm pretty sure like that PS5 Pro fucking sold out, even though everyone was like, that's way too much money. But that thing sold out. Yeah, yep. The thing sold out immediately. So I'm not going to just go off the judgment of me thinking it's too much money, because obviously that doesn't matter too much. So I do think this is going to sell well. Maybe not Switch numbers, because people can keep the original Switch without seeing that much of a difference unless they really want these games on Switch too.
Yeah, I think the concern is it improved enough from the first Switch to go out and buy this? Are you going to be able, are enough kids going to be able to convince their parents? Because honestly, I think everyone here, I know I'm getting one, because I haven't bought a new game system since PlayStation 4. And I think this is going to be the best game system, like for my kids to play and everything. They're 7 and 4. Nintendo's usually that kid-friendly one, right? I'm probably going to buy this. Dave, I'd imagine you're probably going to get this because you
at
like
some point, maybe not immediately, but at some
I'm
point,
probably going to get it right away.
Yep.
James K, are you guys buying this system? Are you happy with your Switch One?
Oh, I've already hit that register button. Yeah. We hit the register, which also this whole register thing that you see on your screen right here, that is Nintendo's efforts to avoid scalpers. So if you are interested on day one, you definitely should look into this. You need to meet requirements with your account. So you have to sign into your Nintendo account. You have to be subscribed to Nintendo Switch Online, pretty much giving them money for a year. And I think you have to have a minimum of 50 hours playtime. So this is legit just to try to give it to the diehard fans.
I don't think that's a bad idea at all.
No, I like it for sure, because it's not like this is the only way to get it. You can still go to your GameStop, you can go to your Best Buy or whatever. But definitely, if anyone is a diehard fan and they meet the numbers, you should do the register. I've already done the register. And I think it even tells you, if you go down in the FAQ, it'll tell you, I think it's something like May. Yeah, it's like here. It will tell
like May 8th or something. Yeah,
May 8th is which is later than some retailers most likely, but hey, it's more guaranteed because you have to actually meet prerequisites just to hit it. But yeah, we absolutely are getting it. The price is definitely a concern, and that's been the main takeaway from the Switch 2 Direct, is the price.
Yeah, how much is it for you guys?
$799.
Yeah.
Oi.
Yeah, that is
rough.
That is rough. So I think
how much is it if I buy you one and send it to you?
Probably cheaper.
Probably significantly cheaper if we get an American to get it to you and mail it.
The dollar's crazy. We're at 1.43 right now. So yeah, it's $629 for just the system, and then $699 with the game. We're still saving on the bundle compared to buying, the two standalone.
Yeah.
But it's brutal with taxes. We're looking just right under $800.
Man, that's rough.
Yeah. So real quick, Nate G coming in saying shout out to Lady Tide of Alabama for winning their 5th straight wheelchair basketball championship. Awesome.
Put them in the game.
Elvis GC jumping in saying interesting. Didn't know about the register.
I didn't know about it actually.
Thank you, James. You'll learn us something.
No, here's the thing: is the Direct. There's a lot more information that they just put on the website, and they also put on their new app, Nintendo Today, that they didn't include in the Direct. And it's like, this would have been nice to know instead of having to see my friends' faces. Like, I don't care. It feels like I'm at an office job.
Exactly. Especially like that, like specifically the register interest. Like, that's really good to know. That is extremely good.
What was the point of the Direct if you were going to sit there and leave out really vital information, right? Like, that's going to mislead people. That's going to want to jump in here and pre-order, and then it's going to be like, fuck. I don't own a Switch. Like me, I don't own a Switch 1. So it's like, I'm not going to have the hours of play requirement, you know what I mean, in order to diehard it in. So it might fuck somebody like me, and this might alienate some people that maybe wanted to day one it with the bundle and everything, go crazy. But it's like, oh, I guess I don't meet a requirement.
Well, maybe if you send them a vial of blood, you'll be good.
I mean, I'm in.
It's a possibility.
Nintendo seems to be a bunch of bloodsuckers at times. And it's funny what I get out of the registering thing and paying for the year. It's kind of what like Ubisoft and stuff and Epic Games tries to do, but we actually like Nintendo more than we dislike them, where the other companies, like, we fucking hate them. So it's like, I'm much more willing to do something like this for Nintendo, but this is going to be an issue. But I think if you're looking at it from Nintendo standpoint, everyone else, like, you look at the PlayStation, it's already $600, right? The Pro is expensive. Even looking at this, $450, $400 is still reasonable compared to what they get, and they're banking that you're going to like their system better. So it's like, well, we complain about the price because Nintendo is usually cheaper by a good amount than everybody. I think this may be the biggest thing, Dave.
And I
The
do
price of
find
the
it,
games. We're
and
looking
I
at
do find it really
$80 for a lot of
interesting
games.
how selective they are and how they're pricing these games. Because right now you have Mario Kart World at 80. You have Kirby Forgotten Land plus the DLC with 80. You have Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Switch 2 edition at 80. But Donkey Kong Bonanza is 70. Breath of the Wild Switch 2 is 70. So the way they're doing this is a little awkward. But
Yeah.
and I know like physical copies are $90, and I think some of them are just keys. So it's
Yes.
not even worth it for some of them to get a goddamn
Jesus.
physical copy because you're not actually getting a physical copy. You're just getting a key to the game to download it. So there's a lot of weird shit going on with that. But I don't know. I just feel like a lot. It's just whether or not you think Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, all of these types of games that you're going to get from Nintendo and not from anywhere else is worth the Switch 2. And I just think a lot people are going to, I know I'm going to get it at some point because I want to play Donkey Kong Bonanza.
I'm 100%
that looks
going to get it.
incredibly fun.
No,
So
yeah, absolutely. Dave, you hit it on the head. I'm seeing so many debates. I'm seeing so many people arguing, saying, well, it's not going to run these games as well as the PS5, or, it's not worth the price. And it might not be worth the price, but when it comes to pricing games and pricing consoles, I always found it's like very subjective. This price does give everyone pause and you have to consider it, but it's like everyone's dollar and value and time is worth something different.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's like, because I've had people arguing me online saying like, well, I'm just going to get a PlayStation. And I'm like, but a PlayStation doesn't have any exclusives. Nintendo has exclusives. PlayStation has just banked on pretty much just being the PlayStation brand, and that's it. They've given away all their exclusives.
Yeah.
So has Xbox. And so at the end of the day, the only reason this is worth anything to anybody is, do you like Nintendo games? And I'm not saying you should. I'm saying just ask yourself that. Do you want to keep playing Mario? Do you want to keep playing Mario Kart, Kirby, Zelda? If you do, then yes, you will buy this. If you don't care about those games, then by all means, avoid this like the plague. And it's not worth your time. That's all it boils down to, is the Nintendo exclusivity games. That's what made the Switch 1 so powerful, is it's got an insane library, insane catalog.
To your point, anyone complaining about that doesn't like Nintendo, because you don't get Nintendo systems to play other games, because they never play as good as your other third-party games. You get some that port well, right? But for the most part, you're not playing it for beautiful visualization that other systems are going to give you damn near a PC looking, right? That's not Nintendo's goal. They're to make their games look a little bit nicer and make them run well. And if you're getting a Nintendo, it's because, like you said, James, because you want to play their name brand ones.
I was a little disappointed today, because I was looking at the third-party games, because I'm like, I do prefer playing on Nintendo. It's either PC or Nintendo for me.
Yeah.
And I looked at Hogwarts Legacy, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it didn't hit the mark. I wanted it to, kind of match that, because I played through that game on PS5, and I'm like, nope, they pulled back. So that means yet again with Nintendo, third-party games, I'll be buying elsewhere.
Oh, absolutely.
So
and these fuckers just randomly drop Silk Song in the middle of a whole mirage of games. They're like, Silk Song's coming out as well. It's like, what? Dungeon 2 is coming. Like, excuse me, what the fuck? But it's just a weird way to find yourself. But I think there is a counterpoint here, and the counterpoint is Cal from Mario Kart. But there, I mean, it's like you're all saying, it's just whether or not you want this system to play Nintendo games. And honestly, Nintendo found themselves in a place in the market where Sony has no games. Xbox has basically bowed out from consoles. So Nintendo's like, okay, we're king of the mountains by just being here and by putting out our IPs that people like. So we get to have the run of everything, and we get to do what we want. And that's what they're doing. And honestly, we're almost lucky it's not $600, and they'll actually shoot us if we don't get it.
So Kay, we know Xbox is looking to come out with their version of the handheld, right? I know that's been a big thing. They're going to do that. Switch is basically that hybrid between a handheld and console, and Switch 2 is obviously continuing more of that. You had complaints about this, right? Do you think Xbox is really looking at the complaints? Because what I've seen for years is Nintendo puts out something like this. They push the envelope, they try new tech, they do new things. And then Xbox and PlayStation either improve on what they did or try to and fuck up, right?
Yeah.
Do you think Xbox is going to come out and make a handheld that kind of answers a lot of your issues and a lot of other gamers' issues about what the Switch 2 has, along with the ability to play those third-party games that we all want to play?
I think the problem with the Xbox handheld is that its competition is the Steam Deck, but like, why
Yes.
wouldn't you just get a Steam Deck
Yes.
or a ROG Ally or anything? Like, Microsoft is
Mhm.
trying to push this angle right now where like Xbox is everywhere. And then we get this impression of like, you can play Xbox on your phone, you can play it on the Amazon Fire Stick, anything, I don't know, like everywhere, right? I can play my Xbox on a toaster. And then all of a sudden, they're like, oh, actually, never mind. We're making a handheld and we're going to have like another console. And it's like, you've been doing this whole like marketing push to say,
Mhm.
just play us anywhere. Who cares? Like, there's been discussions back and forth for ages and rumors about Game Pass going on Nintendo and everything, like everywhere. They just want to be everywhere. And now all of a sudden they're making this hardware. It just doesn't like compute to me because it's not going to hold a candle to the Steam Deck. And then weren't there also rumors that the Xbox One is going to possibly have Steam OS on it or capable of doing that? It's like,
That's a
what are
leak.
you
That's all but
doing?
confirmed.
Yeah.
It's funny because like in my head canon, all this is going to look like is the Sega Game Gear with the better screen. That's all I'm looking at with like the Xbox.
Yeah.
Like to be quite honest, because like you look at the Steam Deck is just, to me, it looks like a bigger version of the fucking Game Gear. So it's like, how much more can you truly improve on like what Steam has going on and what what
The
Switch is
Switch
already
has.
doing, right?
Yeah.
How many they're just going to make it white. That's all they're going to do. They're going to do it. It's just going to be fucking white with an X on the back. They're just going to be the racist console. That's all they're going to be.
I'm
And
in.
you're
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah,
never mind.
yeah. I was gonna say,
Hey,
if
just
that-
pre-order.
Yeah.
if
go
they, if
back.
they double down in that way, a lot of people are gonna be like, okay, based. And
Yeah.
get
It's
out
going
your
to
wallet.
boost its sales for that reason.
Yeah.
Early 2000s Xbox is back, but yeah, 100% Xbox has become the cucks of the industry. They're just
Yes.
sharing
Yes.
everything, and Phil
Yes.
Spencer loves to watch it happen. So the problem is, like I always say, like you can literally hold the entire industry in two hands if you hold up a Steam Deck and you hold up a Switch,
Yes.
and that's not
Yeah.
that's not going to change because everyone can argue about technical specs, hardware, frame rate, all that stuff, but at the end of the day, it's about games. Like you play video games because you like games,
Have
and
fun.
Xbox has given away all of its games, even when it makes a game. One, it's multi-platform, and two, it's terrible. Like it's pretty much. I used to be a diehard Xbox fan. I have a little bit of hope, a shred of hope for Gears of War E-Day, but still, that is going to be multi-platform. I've already wishlisted it on Steam, so you can get it elsewhere, even if it is good.
Yep.
But I'm playing through Gears 5 now in anticipation, and it's miserable. I hate
Gears
my
5
life.
hurts. Anything past Gears 3 is painful. Gears 3
I was gonna
was
say, I didn't
okay.
even. I forgot there was a Gears
Yeah.
5.
Gears 4 and
It's
5 is
really bad.
It's not good. Gears
Yeah.
2 was really good. Gears 3 was starting to go down.
I don't know.
4
I
and
love
5
Gears.
are abominations.
It was a trilogy, and then but you have to keep making them, and so you get the Reddit writers, and I'll just tell you right now, Gears 5 is literally what should we write? I know, humans were the bad guys all along. You should hate yourself and feel bad. And I'm like, again, I'm not even mad. It's just another series. So
Well,
it's
motherfucker with the chainsaw hacking through things on its gun. Is that too hard to ask?
It's exactly like Borderlands 4 is coming to the Switch too, and it's like I don't care about Borderlands.
Oh my
anymore.
god, I know why. It was a huge announcement. Randy Pitchford and everything. I don't care, bro. I don't
Exactly.
Sure, put it on there. I don't
get
Exactly.
Randy Pitchford off my screen, please.
Yeah, like I don't care about. The only thing I cared about, other than maybe like Silk Song or something like that, is Duskbloods. And that's I'm interested in what that's going to actually be because Sony decided to never do anything with Bloodborne, so Nintendo said, okay, we'll make an exclusive on here, and we'll see how. And people are definitely going to go ahead and get it for that, especially if a trailer comes out and it looks good. Like
that was a
they
crazy play if you think about it.
Oh, it's
like everyone would have
fantastic
been
play.
loyal to Sony. And they would have bought it there, no question. And people were begging for ages. Give us Bloodborne. Give us, something like Bloodborne, sequel, whatever. And then Nintendo comes out, and I'm like, that's probably one of the most powerful things of this entire Direct. Not that it doesn't appeal to me necessarily, but for other people
Gaming
who are like
community,
PC gamers, who are people that like stick to Sony, that's huge. You might convert a big like hardcore audience to come over to Nintendo just for that.
And they
so
went out of their way to
like
say
that'll
it's
be great.
exclusive.
Yes.
So, yeah.
They went out of their way to say, look, this is ours now. You can come have fun on our system. And they're going to get people because Bloodborne is beloved, but the absolute cult following.
And here's the thing.
They're going to go ahead and get it just for Duskbloods.
Nintendo itself is the biggest argument for exclusive games, right? Because I've heard people make the argument that exclusive games, it doesn't help the gaming company. You get more profit if you go out. I know Mark the Cyborg is big on that. I've seen him come and argue that on other things. But it's like Nintendo being the last console standing in the console war after PlayStation and Xbox basically gave up all their exclusives just goes to show you that exclusivity and protecting your IPs is king, right? And people become loyal to that. Like, we've heard Craig on Side Scrollers talk about who the fuck is the mascot of PlayStation? Who is really the mascot of Xbox right now?
Crash.
Yeah,
If
it
they were
used to be
smart,
Crash.
they would make
Then
Astrobot,
Spyro.
but they're not.
Then
they're not
Astrobot.
Astrobot, yeah,
Yeah.
Astrobot should be.
Astrobot is
Yeah.
probably the closest thing they have
Right
now.
now,
They'll never
and it
embrace
changes.
that, and because they were like trying to push Alloy, like in Lego Horizons
Yeah.
or Dawn, who asked for this.
Alloy
Yeah.
doesn't sell, but they want it
No.
Yeah.
so bad. They want
Exactly.
it to sell so bad.
But it's
Yeah.
like you can point to the mascots of Nintendo easily. They haven't changed for 50 fucking years, whatever, 40 years, however long Nintendo's been around. And they might add one, but it's not like, oh, now this one is it. It's like, no.
No.
Mario's still that dude.
Still that
Metroid, Donkey
mustache
Kong.
boy.
Like,
Mhm.
you'll still fall back on them. So I want to get
That's
to some
the
of
thing, yeah.
these comments real quick. Elvis GC. In theory, the option of buy and upgrade to Switch 2 is really neat. That they are not just selling the same thing again. They are actually updating, which
In some
in some ways they
guess.
are updating the hardware, but then there are some complaints like Kay has, right, with the flappers and things like that. Then Elvis comes back again. Got to be happy with GameCube games and Wind Waker. Yes, the
yeah.
game options that they have presented are really good, and I think that was probably the highlight
Caliber 2,
of
F-Zero,
the
like
direct.
that whole
Is
game.
that
I
all the-
sat through 40 minutes doing the Homelander stare and just being like, oh my God, they're all being quirky. They're talking about Discord. There's a camera. I
yeah.
hate this so much. Why am I here? I could have
Mhm.
just like slept
Mhm.
even longer and found out about this at like night. And then all of a sudden I see the GameCube logo and I soy jacked. Like I was like the
Yes,
Bing
yeah.
Bing Wahoo Nintendo fan. I was like, oh my God. I like, freaked out. And then seeing Wind Waker is my favorite Zelda. Went
It's amazing.
crazy over that.
Yeah.
F-Zero
Yeah.
GX been begging for ages.
Mhm.
Then I see, oh, there's more coming. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Are you kidding me, bro?
Yep.
That's like one of the best Fire
Crazy-
Emblems to exist.
crazy.
Pokemon
Mhm.
Coliseum, my favorite Pokemon of all time. Gale of Darkness, never got to beat that game. It cost me $250, $300 to buy a physical copy.
That's
Now
it.
with my membership that I already have, I can play this eventually. That to me, for a personal level, was
massive.
the highlight. But
Yeah,
it's not necessarily the best thing out of the whole thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say my first personal system was a GameCube,
It was.
and I think people don't understand the lineup that fucking system had of games
Got
that
a
you
cult.
could play on
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Because even I saw Mario Strikers in that lineup that they were gonna put on there and
Yeah.
everything. Like Mario Baseball was incredible on the GameCube. There's so many games.
You had
on the
Brawl.
GameCube.
Brawl was amazing.
Not Brawl, Melee.
Melee,
Melee
yeah,
was on
Melee.
GameCube. Exactly.
God.
But
Hey.
and honestly, for the people that didn't get that system to play, they can now have that whole lineup of games that they missed out on that they can go and play through and realize how fucking great that system was, because it's really devalued. I hate hearing
It's
people talk about
overlooked.
the
It's
GameCube.
overlooked between the 64 and then like it's just a very overlooked system
Mhm.
when it shouldn't be. Squiggles McJr. coming in. What's up, Squiggles? Getting 2 Steam Decks this year. I don't
There you
blame
go.
you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nate G coming in saying, how could they compete with the PS Vita? You can't.
And, yeah.
The Vita was king.
It's peak.
And Squiggles coming back again saying, mascot, laugh my ass off. All Sony and Microsoft has is a logo. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
At
A
this
logo
point-
wrapped in a pride logo. Exactly.
Or like
Yeah.
a color association at most.
And
Yeah,
also
no,
it's just the
it's-
PlayStation.
It's
That's all they got.
literally it's just the symbols on the buttons. That's all they have. You can recognize it off that, I guess, but they don't have anything else. And it's man, it's embarrassing because I grew up with Crash, I grew up with Spyro and all that
Yep.
stuff. And it's just like, even with Astrobot, you just won Game of the Year with Astrobot. Sell out, man. People like those types of games.
Yeah.
Go out and
Platformers.
make them. Just
Fun,
don't-
simple platformers.
yeah, just don't pay middle people a ton of money, and you can actually have a good budget on that game, and you're fucking good.
I honestly enjoyed watching your channel, James and Kay, when you guys were playing through it. And I remember when
It's such a
James
fun
got to
game.
the part with the fucking tree going, ho, 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 get in my mouth. Ho, ho.
Oh,
It's like, oh my
yeah.
God, that's amazing. The fact that they added that into a game marketed towards children is the favorite thing that like, ho, 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 get in my mouth. It's like,
That was
what the
amazing.
hell? It was
Oh,
incredible. I remember
God.
showing David like the screenshot.
Yeah.
Like we went on and I was like, look at this. I'm watching James play it, just cracking up watching it.
It's a
So-
gorgeous, stunning game. It was
Mhm.
my game of the year, and yes, Sony, if they were smart, they would just lean into it. And
Yep.
the thing is, that game is bittersweet because it is all just a collage of
Yes,
everything that
an
Sony
homage,
has
yeah.
dropped. It's just a
Mhm.
big collection of IPs. They don't do anything anymore.
Yeah.
And
sad.
if
It's
they were
almost a
smart,
farewell. It's almost a farewell at that point.
yeah. But if they were smart, they would use it as a marketing tactic to be
Yes.
like, okay, which Astrobots, because every character has an Astrobot in that game, which Astrobots were people interested in the most? That is what we're going to make
Yeah.
sequels of. And I think
Yep.
number one would be Ape Escape. Like, people were
Here's
going
the
crazy
thing.
for Ape Escape.
Yes.
The one thing that PlayStation, Xbox has been unable to do is take their old IPs and make them modern, which Nintendo has done a great job of doing, right?
Yes.
They have taken a lot of their side scroller or their top down type, like to recreate Zelda consistently, where you first were playing it top down on a Game Boy or on an NES, watching fucking little Link scream and fucking go around crazy in a dungeon, right? But then to recreate that and bring that into the third person and make it a legitimate world and understand how to do that is something PlayStation didn't do. They fucked up. The last Spyro was bad, right? They can't refigure how to do Crash. I don't even know if they're going to try, because the coolest part of Crash was all those different angles. Try and give a little tard right now all those angles, they will rage quit and stop playing, right? They'll need to press a button to help guide them on where to go, like they fucked up God of War.
Yellow paint everywhere.
Oh my God.
Yellow
So
paint everywhere.
Yeah.
they haven't figured out a way to take all those titles that we're seeing, the member berries and Astrobot, and like loving all of that. But those systems and those companies just haven't figured out a way to modernize it while still make it feel like the older games, like Sonic. They haven't made a good Sonic game since the fucking Dreamcast with Sonic Adventure 1 and 2.
I don't
They've
know.
all sucked since.
I saw a lot of
not
hype.
true.
I saw a lot of hype
Oh,
for
no, the
Frontier. I
Sonic
don't know.
fan
I
over
never
here.
played it.
They-
Oh man, Dave, go play Frontiers. It's really great. Honestly,
It's Breath of the Wild
But
Sonic.
I'm not even going
That's what I
to
was
use that
looking at.
argument to
Yeah.
say that there's good Sonic, but Frontiers is actually pretty decent. It is very much like James said. I compare it to like my Breath of the Wild, but for Sonic. But Sonic X Shadow Generations. Holy
Very good.
moly, that is
Very
a
good.
masterpiece.
Yeah, I
that
did
is
hear that
deserving.
See,
was
I just
really
get
fucking
grumpy
good.
when it comes to dealing with all this stuff. Honestly, you want to know what pissed me off about Sonic? Why I won't give anything else a chance? I played the
fan base.
Sonic Unleashed demo. And where
That was
the
your
demo
first
was,
problem.
here's the thing. No. The demo
Well,
was Sonic just going a million fucking miles
the
an hour.
Sonic
you
levels
completing
in
a
Sonic
level,
Unleashed, I really
you
enjoyed.
completing the first level in like 15
But not the
seconds. And I just
not
like
the werewolf.
creamed on the screen. And I was like, if this is the whole game, if I
It
could just
never
sprint
is.
through a fucking game
Yep.
at 7 million miles an hour while getting destroyed by things randomly that I need to figure out how to dodge, fuck yeah, let's do this. And then all of a sudden I found out, like, then it slows down and becomes a slog when you become a big
beat 'em
up.
fucking
Yeah.
Yeti.
A
Like,
fucking
get
beat 'em
out
up.
of here. And then
Welcome
from
to
that, I'm
Sonic
like,
games.
fuck Sonic team. I want nothing to do with. And don't get me wrong, this is somebody that beat every single Sonic, went back, used debug mode to become Super Sonic a million times. Like, I loved Sonic on the original, whatchamacallit, Sega.
Yeah.
But they just pissed me off
I played the
so much.
shit
I
out
know,
of
Kay,
Sonic
you are a
Adventure
massive
2.
Sonic fan. And I love Sonic too. But it's like, after I got that, I was like, you know what? I don't want to give these assholes a chance anymore. They hurt me. They hurt me, Kay.
There's
Yeah, don't do it.
legitimacy to what you're saying, though. Okay, I do agree. The biggest problem, I've been in this conversation several times, is like the momentum, right? So, what is the
Mhm.
best level ever in Sonic? Green Hill Zone.
Yes.
Objectively speaking, Chemical Plant Zone, if we're talking Sonic 2, is still pretty good. The
Mhm.
second these games slow you down, they suck. I love the power fantasy of going fast in Sonic.
Yep.
That's what I enjoy it for. Now, I am a Sonic Adventure 2 fan. I don't mind some of the 3D, but realistically, when Sonic feels best is when he's going fast. That's the whole point of his character.
Yes.
And
The
so
only
many of these
slow,
games
fun
slow you
one
down.
is
It
the
doesn't make
plane.
sense.
The only slow fun one is when you're fucking going through the plane because
Yeah.
of the sense of danger.
Yeah. Well,
Because really
exactly.
falling off a fucking plane sucks, Sonic or
Yeah.
not. So that's the only one that's slow. That's fun.
Well, because the thing is,
Makes
with
sense,
these
though.
games, they haven't mastered platforming to the sense where it's fun at every angle. You know,
Yeah.
you're having a great time, but they do a really good job at going fast. And that's all I want to do is go
Yeah.
fast as Sonic.
Yes,
I completely
100%.
agree. Yeah.
So I want to
You
drop in
would
some
like
of the.
Sonic Generations for sure, though, because that is
Oh,
ultra
yeah.
fast. Yeah, we
I
played
saw
on
a
the
lot
channel.
of
It's
good
great.
things. I saw a lot of good things about Sonic Generations in and of itself, and then Sonic and Shadows Generations. I saw a lot of
Yeah.
good things about both of those. So I do
It
need
feels
to try
like
them at
what
some point.
Sonic is supposed to be for sure. You just go fast, be autistic. It's wonderful.
Maybe I'll give it a chance. If I can be autistic, I'm in. And so
Do
Squiggles
they
coming
send
back.
you a medallion at some point?
No, don't wear it. Deny the
Don't
medallion.
touch it. Don't go near it.
I'm sending them. I'm going to handcraft them and make them for you
No,
guys.
I will
Anyway,
burn it.
a lot of people don't give GameCube enough credit.
agree with
RE1
that.
remake was preem. Yeah, Squiggles. JB coming in. Hello, JB. GameCubes are also drop resistant. You can literally get hit by lightning playing GameCube and it will be
Yeah, they're like
fine.
Motorola.
It did happen to
system.
somebody in our
Yeah.
community, in Blackbelt.
Fucking
He got
Steve.
hit by lightning while playing the GameCube, and it survived.
And
It's
he's
a-
alive to tell the tale as well.
Yeah, He has the doctor's note and everything. Like he got
It
it.
was
It
streamed.
was
You
on
can hear it.
midstream. You can hear the
Yeah.
clip of it happening.
Holy shit!
Awesome.
In
that's
black
incredible.
belt. Go check it out. He's great.
Elvis GC jumping in. Ape Escape Revival. Oh boy, that would be amazing.
Hell
Yes.
yeah.
Young G's perspective. G, what's up? Saying, bruh,
I
David,
don't know what,
what?
I said. I don't know what I said.
I forget. It's something retarded. You say a
Yeah.
lot of retarded things.
Yeah.
We have from a Young G's again. Super Nintendo gang represent. Yes. Yes. NES is amazing. Nate G saying, can we get Game Shark the Switch too? I just want Game Winners back. Does anyone remember GameWinners.com? You used to
I
go on
remember
there and
that.
get all your fucking cheats on Game Winners. It was amazing.
What was my cheat site? It was like, I think it was GameSpy. I would go on GameSpy all the time.
GameSpy was
for
another
anything.
one.
But
Just
you know
like
what? It's more possible on the Switch than any other system because what killed cheats and cheat codes was achievements, and
Mhm.
still no achievements on Switch. It hasn't
Yep.
been not confirmed, but I prefer it. I love having a system with no achievements because that means you can do that wacky crazy shit. Because I remember early on in 360, they didn't know whether or not to keep achievements, and you could just like cheat your way to getting 1,000 gamer score on a bunch of games, and it was just like, all right, they got to get rid of this now. So maybe it'll come back. I miss Game Shark so much. I have so many PS1 memories
was
with
amazing.
that.
And people love cheats because that's why Grand Theft Auto is so much fun. All you gotta do is whip out the cell phone, press in a fucking number, and you could just go on a killing spree, get cops away.
Yep.
People still want to cheat in their games, damn it.
100%.
Squiggle saying Sonic 3D Blast. Sure.
That was the first.
And Elvis GC
No.
coming in saying the medallion is like the Ark of the Covenant in Indiana Jones. Close your eyes, don't look directly at it.
You'll want to
I
sleep
am-
with your mom if you look at it. Don't look at it.
I'm just gonna make voodoo Sonichus, and I'm just gonna send it to everyone I know.
You'll block every
What?
single body cam of something that could completely vindicate
See
you.
what'll make it grosser is I will print like a face and I'll put their face on the fucking Sonichu as I send it to them. Just make it even more demonic.
No, don't
I'm
do
like
it.
dooming and cursing this channel. But speaking of
Oh.
dooming and cursing, I want to hear about a recent development that happened in the Melee world where you were trying to be nice people. You were trying to be good people. You did a deep dive and
Share
you
this real
ended
quick,
up
'cause this is
pissing off
hilarious.
fucking Brony Furies. I don't know how they call them, the Brony crowd. What the hell happened, guys?
This has been a lot. So there's a game that's coming up called Billy Bust Up. And it's kind of like a theater kid game. James is super excited for it. But as we're like looking into this, we find out there's like some main voice actor that is in the Brony community. And so it's like, okay, whatever. But then all of a sudden, all these people are tweeting about the game saying, don't buy the game. This guy's a pedophile. This guy is doing this and that, like just going crazy.
It's a
You're like,
groomer.
what's
Yeah,
going
he touches
on? Like,
kids.
Now, the Brony community, if I'm correct, that's the My Little Pony community that bros
Yes.
like, right? Like dudes that
Unfortunately.
like My Little Pony.
yes.
Just so everyone that doesn't know may know.
It involved some furries as well, but primarily it was bronies because the guy that is voice acting in this that is allegedly a groomer was also a lead voice actor on My Little Pony. And so they just follow him around to wherever he goes and they're like, groomer, groomer, groomer. And now it crossed over into video games. So it's like, well, it's news now. So we got to
Yeah. As soon as it's video
unfortunately.
games, then we talk about it. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay, this guy's in a video game. Why is it? Because the thing is, there's so many cancel campaigns. Oh, this guy's a racist, this blah, 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 all this stuff,
Mhm.
right? Always. I don't like this person. And it's like they like to tweet. And,
Yeah.
you know, you don't like the person who wrote the tweet. It might not even be like a racist tweet. I mean, half the time it's nothing, right?
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, why are they calling this guy a groomer? You know, all these different words. We're like looking into it. And I send this to James. I'm like, I feel like there's something here, but I just don't even know where to start.
Mhm.
And James comes back to me a few days later and he's like, Kay, I'm working on a different part of the podcast, Alejandro, for people who
Super
watch our podcast, Super Sega. Can you go read this document that I just found? I'm like, okay, sure, yeah. So
Like
I'm like,
100-page
oh,
document.
yeah.
on
I'm like,
Twitter.
okay, really bust up. Yeah, I
enjoy.
was kind of
Fuck
looking
off.
at.
I'll see you
Yeah.
never.
Yeah.
I was kind of looking at this, but like, oh my god! So all of a sudden, I'm in knee deep in like 100-page document, and I'm like, what is going on? And it's all written by like over emotional furries that are like, I'm a asexual, fluid gender. Like, I'm not even joking.
CK,
Like, I
your
don't
big
understand.
issue is you read it. That's when you sit there and you
You
find
coulda
the read
said
aloud
no.
mode. No, you find the read aloud mode and you have it
Yeah.
fucking read it to you on the computer. They
Oh
on the
my
phone,
God,
it
I
all has
could've
the
turned
ability
into
to read
Audible.
aloud. You
Why
can
did
all
I-
do that. All the
Yeah,
things
that's
you
a
can
good
find
idea.
read aloud on all of them, especially if you have a PDF. boom, it reads aloud to you. It's usually in like a fucking hot, sexy British woman accent too. It's great.
No, for
I
the
should have done that,
context, you should have
honestly.
had it like a gay man with a lisp, and then that would have been
You
very accurate.
can't change it.
Oh,
I
okay.
wanted to make it Samuel L, especially in the Mace Windu style. I mean, I'm sorry, but go
I
ahead,
really
continue.
hate them.
I would have ended it all by the end of
Oh,
that.
no.
So I'm like reading through this document and it's like over dramatic. We also covered it on the podcast for like I want to say 2.5 hours, and that was me cutting down a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, I don't even like, you have to explain half of this to get into the story. But essentially, this main voice actor guy, he is seen around a lot of underage girls often because of the nature of his voice acting career
Mhm.
and the audience that is into that kind of content, My Little Pony, etc.
So
Well,
by that context, fairly excusable, right? Like when you go to these type of cons, you're gonna have preteens because it's My Little fucking Pony, right?
yeah.
So give them
Exactly.
the benefit in that sense.
So he's a voice actor for like a
Yeah.
cartoon, right? So it's
Yes.
like obvious that there's going to be younger girls there. Well, then all of a sudden it's like, and this is all schizo writing, by the way. Like it's telling me about one girl that's not relevant until like page 20, and then I go back, and it's like
so
it doesn't
gross.
make sense. But it's
It's a
just
manifesto.
it's
Yeah.
going
A
through
Brony-festo.
like every single girl that he interacted with that's underage and how like felt kind of sus and weird. So like there's one girl and he like has to work with her because she's also working on a project that he's working on, but then they're like at a home together because like the parents and the agent signed off, which is very Hollywood, right? And then they all signed off and they're like, yeah, but the whole time everyone was being monitored, but then you see videos of them in a forest by themselves in the middle of the night.
He
And
had
then
to
you
work
see,
with
like,
her. He didn't have to tickle her.
and then so there's an Instagram video
Oof.
where he's tickling one of the underage girls, and it's like really uncomfortable and weird. So it's just like a lot of just weird, strange behavior, and then you
Mhm.
see like tweets between him and like another girl, and like he's doing the haha, oh my god, hearts and whatever, but it still could be casual, like this person's a fan of me and I'm just being friendly back and forth, whatever.
And that's
I'm
you
not dating
trying
her,
to
not
be
that there's
nice.
anything
That's
wrong.
you
That's
trying
being
to
as
be
nice
nice
as
and give the
possible.
most charitable
As much
interpretation,
slack,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, but then you get to a point in this article, which they don't even mention until like 10 pages in, that he's married to one of the girls now, right? So then it's like, wait a minute, what? But then he's claiming that he wasn't friends with her until she was 20 years old. But then this document has like found tons of information about how like he's
They're
at conventions
together
with her
all the time.
constantly, pulling her up on stage, teasing her about stuff. Again, like all could be viewed innocent, but you're claiming you didn't interact.
I do
with
that
this
to people I'm
person
not
more than
friends with all the time.
Like,
I don't know what's wrong with that. Like,
and
I
then
100%.
people are like shipping other people together that are underage with him. It's like a whole thing. But yeah, he's married to one of the girls, and they got
Jesus.
married after she was of age, is at least what I'm hearing from all of this. I'm still kind
It
of
was
new
a Ren
to
and
it.
Stimpy situation where he was
Yeah.
very close to this person while she was underage. The Ren and Stimpy
Mhm.
creator did the same thing to a
Mhm.
girl. And then as soon as she gets legal, it's like, so you're legal now.
And so
so-
he claims that like she asked him out multiple times and he said no, no, no. And then eventually it was like 100 no's and one yes is a yes, and they got married. That
Sean
was pretty
Connery
much
moment.
the situation. And he's like, well, she kept asking me, and like we found out that we actually do have a lot in common, and all this stuff. And she's of course defending him because now they're married. I
Well,
have
of
no
course, a young
idea.
girl who thinks that you're an idol is going to want to date you because that is part
Exactly.
of their fucking fantasy of their underdeveloped brain.
It's like a power dynamic that's being taken advantage
Yes.
of, in my opinion. Like you meet somebody, you think they're a celebrity in your world, you're underage, you grow up idolizing them, and then you get to a point where you can ask them out on a date and you get
Yep.
that date. Even if it
Yep.
takes a few times, it still happened.
But
And then
as an
now you're
adult, if you
you know?
know that's happening, you cut that situation off. If you're an
100%.
adult and you tell them, hey, we were cool. I was happy that you were a fan. I was being nice and interacting, but
Yeah.
this has now gone beyond the line. I am cutting you off. You contact me again. I'm talking to your parents, right? Because
Yeah.
they assumably still have fucking parents.
Yeah, and I don't even know where the parents stand with this. I tried looking for it. I still don't know. But I do know that the now wife, of course, is defending him
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
she's idolized
Yeah.
this guy, whatever. So
Yeah.
this is like a big part of the story, but not everything that happened. And it has nothing
Mhm.
to do with this Brony fan don't person. But just to like tie this all up in a bow. So we're just like talking about this on the podcast. We're trying to figure out what's going on. Our
Yeah.
main thing is here, we're just trying to figure out why this game is trying to be canceled and like everything, like why people are going so
A
aggressive.
game that
against this.
James wants to play. It's not like it's a game you guys like. James wants to play the pedo game.
It looks fun. I have to
Bro,
play
that's
everything reprehensible: pedophile games, incest games.
He's gonna do a marathon of Ren and Stimpy right after playing that game.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I mean,
So-
Ren and Stimpy's still awesome, even if the guy's a fucking creep.
Exactly, you know. But so what happens is, like, after all that and after we cover it, and then at the end of the night, I'm pretty much like, I hate all these people, and I posted a 40K video of, like, you know, exterminatus and flamethrowers and all this stuff. But like when I wake up the next day, every time we do the podcast, 'cause I like the idea of it being like something you can watch, not even live, is I'll do a post being like, oh, today on the Melee Madness podcast, and I will tag relevant people to the conversation so they know that we're talking about them. I feel like that's fair. And I had a moment before sending that tweet to be like, do I tag the schizo Brony that wrote that document? Do I do it? And I'm like, why am I even guessing? Of course I tagged them. So then what happens is, as soon as, then that's Brony fan don't there. And that's the tweet in question. So as soon as I tag him, because this person's eternally online, of course, they wrote the Brony Festo here. They tweet this, and now they have our attention. Stay out of this, loser. So this starts the arc of the Brony furry cabal then hating us because apparently this, according to them, pedophile groomer, they only want to be the ones to look into it. Only the right kind of people are allowed to look into it. And because we're a little too edgy, we're a little too spicy, and we like to have fun, we're the wrong kind of people. To which we're pretty much saying, like, but if this is an actual issue and it's an actual pedophile and groomer, don't you want as many people as possible spreading the word on this so that the authorities can get involved? Like, don't you want this to be a big issue? But then it's just block, 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 block. Everyone that is, you know, on our side of things, laughing at them, block, 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 block. And it's like, oh, so this is just fun for you. You just like to hang out in your little Brony cults, and this is what you do all day, is you troon out, you look in the mirror, you cry, and then you go talk about this groomer. But you can't have anyone on the outside talking about it.
We all have to dress up in My Little Pony things, and then we'll be accepted and able to talk about it. If we dress up like that. David, I know you have one in your closet.
No,
you have a Care Bear. You have a Care Bear. David's a Care
He
Bear.
sends me pics.
He does the Care Bear stare all the time.
Yeah. I do not own any jars. I do not do any of that stuff.
Oh,
slander.
So with this, then they kept attacking us, and this is where Kay likes to shine and have fun. So then Kay started to poke the Brony nest, just like you would poke a bee's nest here, and they all came a flooding out.
Well, they're all spurting out.
Reposting Kay's things, I'm not gonna lie. Like sometimes, like I never white knight because I know Kay can handle herself. But like I just sit there and when I watch Kay just quote tweeting and fucking destroying people, I'm like and repost because this is hilarious. Like I just make sure to amplify a little bit because she's hilarious. Like it's just amazing.
Oh, thank you.
So go ahead. Sorry.
No, thank you. It's look, I like to shit post. I like to point and laugh and have fun, and this has kind of always been my attitude on the internet. James, I feel like you share that as well. That's something we've always said. Like, even when like things that are like bad are happening, we still, you know, we're gonna laugh a little bit, but we're still gonna obviously point out the things that are wrong and everything. So yeah, we do have what a lot of them like to say early 2000s humor, as if that's an insult. That's like the biggest compliment you could give us ever.
Exactly.
Right? It's like, thank you.
I'm
yes,
funny.
I do.
Hey,
Yes.
the word
James
retard
says-
is back. We're slowly winning. Okay.
Yeah.
We are slowly winning.
So yeah, they were like kind of sitting on that point, but then there was a guy that got involved that was like not a furry, and he was just mad that we were being too mean about the furry community, and so he was starting to get really mad at me. And like
they were all
he went on,
focused on us bullying the furry community, and it's like we're talking about a pedophile here allegedly, and you're all crying because I said a joke.
And I'll say
You're
this:
insane.
not a furry. That motherfucker's a furry. You don't defend the furry unless you're a furry, because
100%.
everyone else thinks they're weird.
So he was like going on this whole thing that he blocked me, but then he like couldn't stay away, so he kept like coming back and then making tweets on his own like feed. He'd like unblock me, write something, block me again for like 2 days.
You have an angry simp.
Like this was like not just like once or twice, right? Like sometimes people do it like once or twice. I'm like, whatever. I think blocking is gay. Like I'm just someone who's like, you should have a very good reason to block someone, but like otherwise it's cringe, and like I try not to do it, right? So it's like I don't care if people use that button, but first of all, it's useless now on the platform anyways. Like everyone can still see everything, but it's not doing anything. So he's just like constantly blocking me. And then I would just laugh at him more. And then he would like unblock me, get mad again, and then whatever. And it's like just a back and forth. And then I'm like looking into stuff more, and I'm like, after like 2 days of just laughing at people who are getting mad at me, saying I'm an incel, calling me white because
Yeah,
somehow
you're a
that
white
made me a
man.
white person. I
Yeah.
don't even know how. Calling out like alleged pedophile furries is now like a white person thing. Okay,
Only white
sure.
people call out
Yeah.
pedophiles.
Okay. Wow, you're really
Be proud
insulting
to be
white
white then, I
people.
guess.
Yeah.
Like,
It's okay to be white. Like, I'm good. So, yeah, they're like having their whole thing. And then because I'm now arguing with these people constantly, I'm getting this in my feed naturally now. So now people are
Mhm.
coming up in my feed that have me
sucks.
blocked
That's
that are a part of
miserable.
this. But I come across one tweet that was really weird. And this is like, I know it's been a long story, but this is
Yeah,
really
you're good.
TLDRing
No,
it.
it's okay. I like it.
At one point, this tweet comes up in my feed and it's about this Brony fan don't person who said for us to stay out of it. And I'm like, okay, I'm like reading it. And this is some stuff that we haven't covered on our podcast yet. So for anyone who's watching who's from, our channel, we're going to talk about this in depth on our podcast too, but
Exclusive.
exactly. But pretty much this Brony fandom person, first of all, they didn't even write the document. They're just championing it as their own and like pretty much being the main pusher and saying they're
Brony
gatekeeping it
plagiarism.
themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird.
Which is like, whatever. I don't care. You're pushing the information. I want justice for these girls. Like,
Yeah.
if there's stuff going on, let's figure it out. Let's get authorities involved, everything.
Yeah.
But now there's accusations against this person. And I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? So I see someone being like, it's good that Brony fan don't just push, like pointing this all out and blah, blah, blah. But like, I don't trust them. I don't like them. Like, okay, why? And like digging through the comments, oh, they called this person a Nazi and this and that and whatever. I'm like, okay, whatever. Yeah, they're like retarded and think
Normal
everyone's
online
racist for no
bullshit.
reason,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And then someone's like, oh yeah, and they're also into like a full con and like zoophilia and all this stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute, what does all this mean?
I had to learn new words.
It's not
They protect-
necessarily surprising.
They protect
given,
their own.
given
That's
who
what
they
it
are.
is. They protect
but,
their own.
Yeah. So I'm like, what does all of this mean? Like, I kind of get the zoophilia thing, but like, I'm not this person. So I don't understand half of these terms you're using that you're like
Mhm.
justifying your weird fetishes with. So like, let's figure this out. Well, it turns out that this person that told us to stay out of it, he likes to role play with other people as ponies that are underage. And we don't know if
No.
those are like minors that they're role playing with or not, but we do
Oh,
know
God.
that the ponies are all like underage looking ponies, right?
Oh,
How do
Which
you miss
could
that?
be
What
like
the
you
fuck?
get into like the
Oh my
lolicon argument,
God.
whatever. I'm not here to get into all that. I'm just saying that like now we're getting into that conversation. And so it's like
could you imagine walking up to a pony and being like, age, sex, location? Let's see if we can mingle. Like,
it's baby horses. It's literally baby horses and stuff that is defined by this.
Was it,
And-
remember Mr. Hands? That fucking video?
Oh,
no.
It's baby Mr. Hands.
Oh,
Yeah, so
Rough, man.
this person's into some weird stuff, and we
I'll
don't
say.
know for sure if it's like role playing with minors, but they're talking about how like, well, it's fine if we sexualize the underage ponies and all this stuff, as long as you're not like actually sexualizing a child, and like getting into this whole thing that was just like insane. So I'm still in that rabbit hole. I've been disgusted by it. I've been taking Mullet Mad Jack video game breaks to just like shoot shit and be like, I
Yeah.
can't deal with this. But it's crazy. But the thing is, this one guy, going back just on a little footnote here, the guy that is like, I'm not a brony or anything, I just think you're being too mean, that is not this Brony fandom person.
Too mean.
He knew about all of this.
Oh
I
my
found him in the
God.
replies, and I'm like, this motherfucker has been screaming at me for days
Yep.
while having this information in the back of his mind that the person he's defending is literally into this stuff. And he's like, yeah, it's fine if they told you to stay out of it. Maybe you shouldn't be so mean. It's like, what is wrong with you?
It's because to
this-
these people, Kay, to their mindset, and I've talked to people like this, they don't see kids as minors. They don't see kids as innocent. They actually see kids as little adults. That's what they call them.
Right.
Disgusting, man.
So
I
if
can't.
that is their mindset, and these are the same people that think they can get sex changes, that they can make these types of decisions, and they sit there and they also, I guarantee this community doesn't use the word pedophile. They probably say minorly attracted persons, right?
Yeah.
Maps. So you're dealing with a bunch of people that don't see kids as kids. They see them as fair game.
See-
So it's like they're disgusting people as it is. And listen, it's like we all like kid things. We like video games. I like manga, anime. Like we like things, but
gonna
we
say you
are
wanna be
all
careful with
fucking
that sentence you
adults,
said.
right? No, but I'm saying, but we are all adults that enjoy
I said investigate you
things.
now.
Please do. I want to be investigated. No.
No.
But it's like we enjoy those things that are typically like children's things, right? But we are all still adults, right? We understand the boundaries that come with being an adult and just interacting with kids in general life, right? We're like I said, these individuals, they don't look as kids as a different category away from adult. They just look at them as like, hey, they're being suppressed by the system. They have every right as an adult. So these people are just fucking sick. They are just sick individuals.
I get your argument there, but then why would they push this manifesto on it? That's the thing that makes me
because they
question
always
some of
like
these
to
people.
shout their fucking sicknesses.
It's just
These
so
are the type of
weird.
people that can't just sit there and be sick on their own and harm nobody by being weird. They have to shout it and they have to act on it, right?
Kay's over here going through fucking mental.
These groups
suicide.
always
Blame
cannibalize
James.
themselves. Yeah,
I blame James for making her read 100 pages of
James
fucking
is just
film.
like, I'm gonna push this on you.
I
I'm
didn't
gonna
wanna do
look
it.
into the Super Sega.
Yeah.
You have fun.
Yeah, you got to look into like a console that was interesting that just didn't work out. I was dealing with like,
Sega.
yeah,
Didn't
I
work
wanna,
out. It's still in production. What? Come on.
Allegedly.
Sega.
No, it's a messed up situation. And now this Brony fandom person is being called out by several people in the community. Like after this, I don't know, like they have like 3 different controversies all going on at once. There's another convention that they claim is run by Nazis, and so no one should go to it. And it's also a pony convention. And so now they're talking about how like 4chan radicalized
trap
like the
to get 'em
alt-right
all in
to be
there.
bronies or something. I don't know. There's like an alt-right brony faction that they're fighting with right now.
The
So there's
biggest
a lot.
controversy is they're fucking bronies and they exist. Okay, I'm sorry. Like I am judging anyone. Like I'm all very much live and let live. Do whatever the fuck you want. That doesn't mean I can't make fun of you for the dumb shit you like. If any of my friends came up to me and said they were a brony, I would tell them they're a weirdo. Like you could like what you like, but that doesn't. I can make fun of you. Like you can get bullied. So quickly on that note, Squiggles McJr. dropping in saying pirate software. This is conversation from before Elvis GC saying pirate software. Thor is the Tim Pool of gaming. Like some okay content, but the ego man, he makes it so easy to dislike him. A little shot at Tim Pool there. Not nice, but I don't know Thor. I really don't know pirate software to be quite honest.
Thor, the god of thunder?
Yeah, I thought you were talking about Marvel.
No.
Maybe. Squiggles McJr. saying he is a furry groomer too, Elvis. I don't know if he's talking about Thor or Tim Pool.
Thor grooms. What the fuck is going on in Asgard?
He might
What
be a
the
brony
hell?
too. Squiggles also saying
new version of Thor in MCU might
Maybe.
just be that way, to be quite honest with you.
God damn it. Oh,
Squiggles saying this is similar to the other modder guy who was making New Vegas mods also. I'm assuming he's a fucking weirdo. Squiggles saying kind of sounds like a cult. Nate wanting to know what's this game, Destiny Island.
Billy bust up for anyone who's curious, but man.
The game looks good. It's a 3D platformer that takes inspiration from musicals, but you're going to be listening to the voice of a groomer the whole time. So if you play it, don't get groomed. Don't fall in love with him.
Don't become a brony.
Allegedly.
Anyway.
Yeah.
If you're of age, do whatever the fuck you want. If you're not of age, don't fall in love.
Yeah, if you're of age, get groomed all you want.
Exactly. Squiggles McJr. saying they need to be bullied. Yes, they do. Is it grooming? I guess you can groom someone who is of age if you're trying to get them to do anything. Now, Kay, I have to ask real quick.
Yeah.
Are you struggling right now? Because it looks like the sun is fucking your eye up, right? Like
I
She's
think
burning white
is
in real
bright.
time.
I'm either turning white or God's trying to save me from this conversation. I don't know which one, but I'll take it.
Because I'm looking there and I'm just like, how are you? Like, you're actually still looking at the camera very well and not squinting. And I'm like, that's a skill. Maybe Canadians don't know when sun hits them, but in America, I squint. Like, I don't know how you're doing it.
We just look right at the sun.
We're
It's
just
like
like,
try and
looking-
blind us.
I'm looking at Billy Bust Up, and for some reason, it's reminding me of Hat in Time.
It's very
The
hat in
game
time.
looks great for the record.
It looks pretty good, even though I will say some of like the 2D drawings, I don't know why I'm getting Has Been Hotel out of it, and it kind of
Yeah, you're
cringes
right.
me.
Yeah, and you know what? I might be wrong, but I think the voice actor is also in Has Been Hotel. They always share all of them, and that's like a weird, like lesbian
Incestuous
devil
relationship.
thing. I don't know
Yeah.
what the fuck was going on over there, but yeah, yeah.
You know what? Here's the thing. You have to be a fucking weirdo to create some of these really good indie games, and I'm okay with that, right? Just don't be a weirdo
Some of
that's
them.
also a pedophile.
Yeah, I was
Like
gonna say.
that, like you could be weird all you want, just don't be a pedo. Like, I don't know how hard that is. Like I've said before here, like I'm a driving instructor. I'm obviously around high school kids all the time. It's real easy to just not be fucking weird. Like, just don't be a weirdo. Like, if you have a job, do your job, but then just don't be a fucking weirdo. Like, I don't know. It is bizarre to say the least. Nachi saying Canadian type to tariff that sunlight.
There, now you'll be able to see. Trump will save you from the sun. Don't worry, Dave. It's coming.
Well, Canada will put like 150% tariff on Americans looking at the light. And then
Yeah.
Trump will come back and smack a 200% tariff on Canadians looking at the light and just be like, I just want it to be a fair tariff. If it's going to be 150%, that's unfair to Americans. We should look at the sun too at equal distance and equal price. So
We'll be retarded and like tariff your moon or something, and you'll be like, all right, that does nothing. Like, who
yeah,
cares?
you could take the moon. Fuck gravity.
Yeah, exactly.
Screw the tides. So, in conclusion, you guys are still in the Brony battle, right? Like this is
100%.
still going on. What are you trying to uncover? You just trying to whole entire like uproot the whole Brony community and get them all arrested for being weird and pedophiles? Like, what's the goal here?
Ideally. I want to work for that Nazi for anti-furry convention.
I'm just following a trail. I'm just
Do
trying
you
to
know
figure
what the
out.
name of the convention is? Because I will find out who runs it, and then I will have them on because they're probably based as shit. Anyone that any of these leftists are
Be
trying to call
careful.
Nazis,
To be quite
no, but
honest.
anyone these
Like
leftists are
fur
calling
comps or
Nazis are
something.
probably just based. Like they're probably just decent people that outside of being a weird brony.
I was
is
gonna
just
say no.
like-
If they're bronies, I'm not gonna consider them decent. I'm not gonna.
Well,
let-
here's the thing.
I'm
Okay,
not.
so
you
I
start
don't know the
negative
name.
and you kind of build up for that.
I don't know the name of the convention. I can try to find this for you
Find
while I'm
out.
looking at other stuff. I'll message you. But the Black Griffin guy who's at the center of this, and he's the guy that has the allegations against him, and he's a voice actor. There's like a whole like 3 pages in that article where they're just getting mad at him because he liked tweets from Candace Owens in 2020 about George Floyd. And like that was it. It was just like summer of love conversation. They're like, he's racist. He liked this tweet. And it was like,
And-
what? And then the 4chan stuff, James, do you remember
4chan
that?
thing.
Is that what you're going to say?
Yes, yeah. The 4chan stuff, there's a whole section about 4chan, and it makes it sound like, oh, he's a 4chaner. He goes
Oh
hard.
my
He's an
God.
extremist. And then all the evidence is just tweets of him saying, I've never been on 4chan. But because he said 4chan, because he said it, that must mean that he is the most extreme 4chaner that ever did
he
live.
knows about the dangerous hacker 4chan. So
Yeah,
there's gotta
exactly.
be
It
an
comes off
issue.
like that. It's crazy.
And
So,
by the
yeah.
way, with this Brony fan don't person who has told us to stay out of it, like I don't know if I'm gonna find out anymore because that person has left the internet and said that they're gonna kill themselves. So I don't even know. This is like
They
a
packed
whole
their
other
kids
thing.
and went home.
That's a stable community that you're working with there.
And there was just like this. I'm still reading through it. It's like 30 tweets in a row. Yeah, I said that it's fine to do Folcon and this and that, but it doesn't mean that. Like, it's just
What
like
is this?
walls, and it's just people saying, "No, don't do that to yourself. You're so cute."
Is
Like,
that a
it's just like
MySpace
that.
wall? Like that sounds like MySpace. Someone put something and then the fucking wall of just bullshit underneath.
Yeah, it's so. What is the end goal? I don't even know anymore. Besides, I just started it to figure out why this game was being
Kay is
like
trying to make as many
attacked.
bronies and hero as possible.
Now
That
it's just
seems to be
shitposting. Now
the
it's just
fucking goal
shitposting.
right here.
Now
You're
it's just
down a rabbit hole, but you don't want to fuck the rabbits. That's the difference.
yeah, it's
Unless they're of
literally
age.
at this point. I just
Groom
want
the
to
rabbits.
see how many I can tell to Yif and Hell. Like that's really where I'm at.
18 plus year old rabbits only here.
Yeah.
Only
There's-
Lola Bunny.
No, older Lola Bunny. This new Lola Bunny was designed by one of those fucking brony pedos.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh god.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
man.
Nachi coming in saying if he changes his name to African American Griffin, they'd forgive him.
100%.
That's amazing.
It's just the craziest thing because there's always these clusters like in the weird dark corners of the internet, and
Yeah.
it just takes one thing, man. If you pull on that thread, you're gonna be in there, and you're just gonna be like, no, all of you are wrong, and all of you need to leave. You need to
Yeah.
go somewhere.
Okay, I want you to research what's the crossover between bronies and goipers. There has to be a significant one because they all seem like the same
Oh.
fucking
Well,
weird
none
ass
of them have
people.
sex.
They're all incels. They're weird.
We should get them all in a room together at that Nazi convention and see what happens.
And they're all going to look at each other and be like, and they're all going to dap each other up and be like, oh, hey, you're here too.
They have rumors in their midst, like Ali Alexander for half.
Oh, the
like,
time traveler.
There actually are probably connections in there.
100%. All these fringe communities have them. All right. So outside of the bronies, I'm excited for updates, and I will be randomly popping in on your stream, especially if there are updates, and harassing you guys as I always do. But David, you wanted to talk about racist VTuber braids. I know nothing about this.
Oh man, this
Modge podge of things I was let's found, but I'm just gonna pull this. Oh, actually, I have it sharing right here. I'm just gonna pull this up from Daka, who's great follow, by the way. But there's a monkey themed VTuber with braids. Someone says, so am I the only one uncomfortable with a white model rocking dreads? Like, I will give Kongman his due. Yes, it's just you. Thank you, Kongman.
Kongman Lee's awesome. Yes, it's just you fucking idiot.
A monkey-themed VTuber upset over dreads? Buddy, what? You want them to be black too? A monkey-themed VTuber who's black? Which... the balls on the person that actually does that would be incredible, but they wouldn't last. But yeah, no.
Kirsha should do it for one stream. She should change the image to just a fucking black version of herself with dreads.
This did actually hit like the zeitgeist of the internet. Asmongold talked about it. Asmongold had her back and everything. So it got pretty fucking big, this story. And it's just the dumbest shit ever. It reminds me of an Animal Crossing where that person took a picture of their character with the fucking space buns. And they're like, I can't believe you would do that. That's like a black hairstyle, which like what the fuck are you talking about? But this the VTuber is now gone fucking bananas. I'm gonna use that and gotten a lot of viewers because of this happening. So good on her, to be quite honest. I'm happy that happened and she got something out of people trying to be stupid about this. But did you guys see this? Did you interact with this at all? Because it is a hilarious story.
This has been Kay's side mission
Yeah.
while dealing with the Brony main mission.
I was battling bronies and black people at the same time. Okay, literally,
What a
like
crossover.
in one like hour, it was like a bunch of bronies getting mad at me, and then the next hour, it was just constant. One black person said that they wanted to punch me and a bunch of other people in the mouth. I called her out for it and I said, bitch, you're blocking people and you're upset over a hairstyle. I don't think you could land a punch. I'd like to see you try. And other people came in and started calling me a white person again. And they're like, well, you're racist because you're assuming that a black person would be violent. I'm like, she literally said she was going to punch people in the mouth. That's violent. What?
Kay, you are white passing on the internet.
I don't know what it is. I just show up on Twitter to be a white person.
I do legitimately think you get called a white man more than most white men on the internet. Like it's actually the most
More
wild
people
thing to
mistaking
watch
James
happen.
for black than anything.
Does that make me gay?
Here's the
Only if
thing,
you
and
believe
that's
it.
all we want to do is I want to just sit there and just have any of these people that are criticizing sit down and just watch the very, very culturally relevant show named Vikings, where every single white dude in there had fucking dreads because Vikings also had dreads.
Well, didn't Vikings also put like a black woman as a Viking character?
Yes, it was
that
retarded.
never in history.
But here's the thing, though. That's one thing. Dreads have been a hairstyle for every race forever. Quite literally, dreads, braids, and the Vikings were one of the people that you see in all of popular culture. Go read or watch fucking Vinland Saga. They are rocking them to a T. Like, it is not a black hairstyle. And it drives me up a fucking wall when they sit there and anyone that gets braids or cornrows or dreads, like that is not a black hairstyle. That is a hairstyle that's been around that people have just worn just to do to their hair because they think it looks cool. And it drives me up a wall that people are just, I should expect people to be ignorant as fuck at this point because internet, but it still annoys me just how stupid people are. I don't, and just who gives a shit? It's a fucking picture. It's a VTuber.
It's a fictional
you
character.
Videos.
And here's the thing. This is not like completely video.
I'm inviting
related.
Banana Juju on the show because this is
You
fucking
should.
awesome.
You
Yes.
should. She's
Absolutely.
awesome.
Well, I'm
And
doing
by
it
the
now as
way,
we speak.
legitimate monkey VTuber. Like I was just like, oh, whatever. Maybe she's got a jungle thing going. I showed James a clip and there was monkeys like in the background. And I was like, oh,
That's
this is
hilarious.
legitimately like
Yeah.
I absolutely want her on the show now.
it was so funny to me. She seems cool. She seems
Mhm.
nice from everything I've seen, and people are just jumping down her throat on everything. But the thing is, it's like it's a fictional character, right? And I know again, it doesn't cross over completely into video games because it's a VTuber, it's not a video game.
Yeah.
But it's like in all of these video games, they're constantly advocating for, oh, this black person can replace this character. Who cares? This, that, whatever. And then on the inverse side, you can't even have a white VTuber, a fictional drawing with a hairstyle that is predominantly given to black people, and it's not even their hairstyle to own. Like Greek people have had this before, like Vikings, like everyone.
There
I've
is
seen
no hairstyle to own, period. Nobody owns a
Exactly.
fucking hairstyle.
I've
It's
seen
hair.
arguments that are like, no, all white people have straight hair. I'm like, are you actually arguing that every single white person on this planet only has straight hair?
So should we start
Crazy.
shaming every single black woman that puts a wig on with straight hair? Like, is that
That's
like,
all of
should
them.
that now become a
that's
thing
all
where
of
we should just shame them and sit there and be like, you are now appropriating white culture because you decided that
Well,
you
and-
may want to have straight hair on your head? It's like, no,
And the thing
you
is,
look pretty.
it's
Rock it.
rough.
Who
It's
gives a
off.
shit?
It's like extra rough for Banana Juju because she's getting all of this from all this commotion from this hairstyle, and also if she shows a little bit too much hips, Twitch is just gonna fucking ban her.
It's
So
in the hips.
there's a huge issue here that she has.
No, she just needs to go live and not show her face and just green screen her ass for that stream, because apparently you can green screen your ass through a fucking clear stool.
Not if
and
you're
you're
a
good.
VTuber. Not if you're a VTuber.
No, no,
You
not.
can't do
I wonder if
anything
a
up there.
VTuber tried that. If they got a VTube of just their ass on a clear stool, if that would still work. It's fucking people.
I mean,
the
Twitch
hoes are mad.
flips back and forth every day, so probably if you do it on a Tuesday, the guy, what's his name, Dan Clancy or whatever, he'll just be reading
Yeah.
resumes or whatever. James, what were you saying about him, like looking at OnlyFans girls through their resumes or something?
Who
The
is
guy
that?
that runs the guy that
Yeah,
runs Twitch, wasn't he like
no-
going
Oh,
after
yeah,
girls?
He
yeah,
loves,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Adriana Chechnik or whatever her name was, because
Yeah.
she's on Twitch and he loves her.
He
Loves
signed
her
up his
work.
porn account with the
Yeah.
same email for his like work Twitch account and
Yep.
everything. And then
Yep.
they were finding like through his Pornhub account, he was looking at anyone that was on Twitch. It was
Yep.
amazing.
Yeah,
Jesus.
like you just catch him on one of those days where he's busy. You can show your hips and your ass all you want. I'm
Yeah,
sure
exactly.
you're fine.
Or
So-
honestly,
so
just put like a
fucking weird.
cardboard cutout of Hassan anywhere on the screen, and you're fucking good, dude. Because they can't touch you anymore. Hassan Piker's on there. It's Twitch's love child. They won't do anything to you.
Oh my god.
Truly
That's so
incredible. The
wild.
amount of people that have gotten bans for longer than them. I don't agree with anyone getting banned in general. And it's just like the amount of people that got banned for way less, for way more time, or still are gone. It's just
Yep.
nuts.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. It's just funny to witness at this point.
Yeah.
how Twitch is just consistently digging their own grave.
There's a reason we don't stream on Twitch. Okay. 'Cause Twitch is retarded. But JB coming in saying, I refuse to believe black people can grow hair that looks like that without enough chemicals to kill a small village. I don't know if that's true, JB.
Oh, JB's never wrong. I think he's
JB, I don't
right.
know if that's true. I don't know if you have enough evidence to back your claim, but it's your right to say it. Okay.
Aren't you getting into politics, Alex? I don't know if this is the greatest route
Uh-oh.
for you.
Yeah, whatever.
Why would you
Um,
bring us on?
Because
That's
I
a
don't fucking
mistake.
care. Honestly, I don't care. So, speaking of politics and speaking of bullshit, we have the best casting for Aslan of all time on the Narnia TV series. It's going to Netflix, right, Dave?
No,
Amazing Netflix
this is a
or whatever.
movie.
Movie. They're doing they're redoing the movies.
It's the
Some
Greta
bullshit.
Gerwig movie of
I forgot.
oh.
Unfortunately, they're trying to make it a movie again. Anyway, so Aslan has always been a famous female lion. Am I right? There was never a male side of
well,
Aslan.
yeah,
It's not
no,
a-
Jesus Christ has always been female.
Jesus has always been a woman. That's why he has long hair. He's been trans. Like Jesus is the first trans, right? No, fuck these people. Meryl Streep is being rumored, and usually discussing film and everything, they're pretty good. And the rumors lately do come out to be true. Apparently, Meryl Streep is going to be Aslan in Narnia's film. Is this going to bomb as bad as Snow White just off of this alone? What do you guys think?
I guess Bob Barker was right, and they just neutered Aslan, so it's actually an appropriate casting right there. So there you go. You had your godly lions spayed and neutered, so then they're going to be women. It's all a fucking game in that regard. But yeah, it's hard to say because this is a Netflix film, right? Like Honestly,
That's
I
kinda
Yeah,
I
Netflix
didn't even like
one.
the original Narnia movies where it
Mhm.
was like I don't remember Liam Neeson or something. I watched one and I
Yeah.
was like irritated because it has a slow-mo fight scene with swords and there was like
Mhm.
zero blood and I'm like this is weird. But yeah, it's just they can't Netflix can never learn. Netflix can never learn that they shouldn't do propaganda and now with Trump they're just doubling down on it. I don't know
Mhm.
if you guys have been watching the new Daredevil show, but it's
I
full of
refuse. It looks
propaganda.
awful.
It's the
No,
worst. It's
no.
I genuinely think it's the worst Marvel show ever because if you watch
Oh,
the
it's
gay one,
fucking rough,
if you
dude.
watch
Pretty
if
low.
you watch Agatha all along, it's what you get. You sign up for gay black witches, you get gay black witches.
Yeah.
But for Daredevil with Punisher, you're expecting it to be cool and badass because this is
Mhm.
the one that is like appealing to a certain demographic. It's appealing to young white men that like
Yep.
this stuff. And so this is the one they have to subvert and destroy. And every single episode's been propaganda. And now that's Disney, but it was originally Netflix. But all these streaming services, they have to do it. They have now they feel that Trump is back in, that they're rebelling against the system again, even though they haven't changed in like 10 years. So I don't know. Will it bomb? Netflix keeps buying everything up. They just got WWE, so I assume they're making
Yep.
a ton of money just based on that. And I guess it's based on clicks, but I mean, she's gonna get a paycheck, and they're just gonna wash their hands of it and be like, oh well, let's cast another one, but it'll be a black woman this time.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's like, how do you create the story of fucking Jesus? C.S. Lewis was an incredibly religious person, and you're just gonna make it a female, and then like that, like I don't. This is going like the reason why I say it's going to be like Snow White in a lot of ways. We're probably just going to see a bastardization of the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and Narnia, and everything like Prince Caspian and everything like that, and we're just not going to get the same story at all. It's going to be a very justicey, social justice version for
Oh yeah,
Narnia. It's going to
everything.
be
I
nonsense,
think it is a modern retelling
which is
of it.
which just means bullshit, right? Okay,
Yeah.
I know you are going to be all over this. You're going to watch this over and over again, right?
Oh my god. I barely know what a Narnia is. I asked Blabs because when I was on
No,
side
Oh, you have to
scrollers,
read the books. The books are they're not a hard read. They're quick and they are really well done. I especially Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. You could sit down and forget you were reading it and you'll be done with it. It's real quick
I've heard it's
and
good and Christ
really
filled.
good.
I just like I don't know. I just always the movies looked really childish to me, and that was the only
Mhm.
thing I was
They
really
were.
exposed
They
to.
were.
So literally all I know, thanks to Blabs, is like there's a closet and like there's Turkish delight and stuff. I know nothing about
yeah.
Oh,
Narnia.
wardrobe. Thank you.
That's it. Sorry, a wardrobe. That's why she laughed at me. Okay, that makes sense. I was like,
It's the
Blabs, that's
Lion,
the
the
one with
Witch,
the
and the
closet,
Wardrobe is
right?
the name of the first fucking book. Like, come on now.
Get in the
It's the
closet
name
and
of
eat
the
your
first
Turkish
book.
delight.
I swear on my life, we had that like Narnia story on our document one of the times I was on the show, and I was like, Blabs, I'm here to support you with all of it, but I have nothing to say on Narnia. Nothing. This is all you. I just sat there. It's like, I don't know. So
JB
no,
coming in
just
with an appropriate comment saying you can read the whole series if in a week if you aren't busy. You absolutely can.
There you
It's
go.
Well, no, but she has Brony stuff to read, so she can't be.
Take
just
a
getting
break from the
on-
bronies and read some Narnia shit. It would definitely be a palate cleanser of your brain.
I might need it. I need a little Christ after all that. My God.
You need some
But
Jesus.
I just don't race swap and don't gender swap all these characters. People are sick of it. People are like going against us at record speeds at this point. People are fed up with all these campaigns, canceling people, trying to like go and do all this disability stuff, this, that, whatever. No one cares anymore. They just want proper representation of what's actually going on. So I think, yeah, this will probably bomb. But as James said, with Netflix, I mean, they have so many things going for them. You're not going to see that anytime soon. It's all like you degrade on trust over time, and
Yeah.
less people tune
Yep,
in.
yep,
But
yeah.
you will not see like an immediate result.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we're going to hear all about it from the people that are going to watch it anyways because they want to dunk on it, and it's going to make it popular in the marketing of Twitter. So
Yeah, is it so hard for you guys to just pirate it if you want to shit on it? Like, just like, come on, sail the seas.
I actually do want to ask about Born Again because I only heard so much about it, and I'm not going to fucking watch it. But I did.
don't.
I,
Do not.
like what is happening in that show? Because I did
It's
hear a
crazy,
little,
man.
like I did hear a little bit about it.
Well,
Like
Daredevil doesn't do anything as
coping
Daredevil
about it
until
for
like the
weeks
fifth or
until he's
sixth
finally
episode,
broken
right?
down. So
I think people are underselling how bad it is because people are mainly saying it's boring, and it is boring, but like that discredits how bad it is. Because I like boring stuff. I like things that are long, drawn out, slow burns. And if it was like a proper legal show, then that'd be fine. Now it's hard to talk about without spoiling things, but I will skirt around it. Pretty much, as you guys, I'm sure you guys are aware, there's a rule in Hollywood because of the Academy and everything that you have to have X number of minorities, or else you can't be nominated or recognized. Well, the original show of Daredevil starred 3 white people, right? It starred Foggy, it starred what's her name, Karen, and then obviously Daredevil, and then the main villain was another white guy, Wilson Fisk. And so what do? Well, you got to get rid of some of those characters, and so conveniently you sweep out the the sidekicks, and then all of a sudden he has a new cast of minorities all around him. And it's just like, I wonder why they did that.
Which you have no connection to whatsoever, like we did with Foggy and Karen, where you knew who they were, because also if you follow the comic books, they are massive parts of those as well.
Exactly. And Fisk is, again, the main villain, Kingpin, and he is a 110% Trump allegory. Instead of red hats, he has blue hats. The whole plot is him becoming the mayor of New York. So,
That's
but
hilarious.
and it's crazy because they like overstate how important it is to be mayor, because they treat him like the president. And they relate it to a lot of controversies with Trump in the last election. Of course, none that would nothing like assassination attempts or anything. It's just anything that they think he fumbled on, which is
like Trump,
nothing.
he still got elected, motherfuckers. Can't hold him down.
The thing is, they make
so
him look
stupid, though.
good.
It's like there's a pothole. There's a pothole, and then he's like, "Okay, let's get this fixed." And then they're like, "You can't just do that." It's like, "What do you mean I can't just do that? There's a pothole. We're all stuck here."
So you're cheering for the Kingpin half the time.
And it's like you're trying to make him look like a bad guy, and then he's like, "Let's build these construction units. Let's do this." And then they're like, "There's a process, and you can't just do this." It's like, so are you getting mad and trying to like riff on the whole thing of like, "Oh, Trump is getting so much done in the first 30 days, and like you can't just run and do all this stuff." It's literally what they're doing, but they paint it in such a good light by accident. It's like, what are you?
How will the minorities keep voting for us if you fix the things that are ailing them? Holy
they
shit!
Unironically, that happens. Unironically, that happens.
If you actually fix their lives, they have nothing to vote for us for. What are we going to campaign on?
In the show, Fisk has 2 assistants that are his his second in commands, and one of them is a black woman, and she's the smart one, but she is just establishment politics. And so she's talking the whole time like Nancy Pelosi or Kamala Harris, being like, "You can't do that. That's not how things work. You can't do this that fast. You can't say this. You can't do." And then you have the younger guy who's a Zoomer, and he's a stand-in for Barron Trump, because Barron Trump is what got Trump to appeal to Zoomers and go on podcasts and go on talk shows, and was a large part of what really swelled up his campaign. He would have won anyway, but it like really bolstered with the young audiences. And so he's coming in, and they're trying to paint him like, he's a wild card and he's making all these dumb decisions. And it's like, but it's working. It's crazy. And that guy is played by James Gandolfini, Tony Soprano's son, and he's killing it. He's the only reason to watch the show. He's so good.
Well, that's good.
And but because it's now a legal show, every single case that Daredevil takes is all my minorities, or police violence, police brutality, or black people are oppressed, even when they admit they're committing crimes. Like there is one episode where it's literally a black guy who keeps stealing, but then he goes
and he refused to take the 10-day jail sentence, right?
He's just Aladdin.
Yeah, because he's like, "I just want to have a nice dessert and all this stuff," and it's like they never feed me anything good in here. Stop stealing! Like it's not hard. It's crazy. Like I scream at the show all the time. It's all in your face propaganda the entire time. It's the worst. It's the worst Marvel show. Worst.
That's incredible. I love that, and I love how like the main argument against Kingpin is he's winning wrong. He's not going through the process.
He's doing good things the wrong way.
He's winning the wrong way, guys.
He would win. Like it's insane. And they didn't even do like a rigging of election. He just won because he got popular.
Won. And James, do you remember the scene where like he wins, and so there's just people that pour into the streets? They try to make it look like it's this like terrifying thing. Daredevil
by adding like menacing music. But people are just happy.
People are just celebrating in the street, and it's just like they make it like super dramatic and.
I mean, that's the only thing Republicans don't do. We don't celebrate anything, and we don't go into the streets. We're fucking boring as shit. We're like, "Oh, we won." let's rest on our laurels
Let's
and
do
lose in
nothing.
2 years.
Yeah.
Like that's what we
yeah.
do in that. So that's
Oh,
the only thing
God.
they got wrong. We don't celebrate shit. We suck.
Oh,
But
I love that. Honestly, now part of me wants to watch it just to laugh. Just to laugh at how
exhausting.
stupid it is.
Dave, that may
I
be our
am-
first bit of apparel. We might do like Fisk 2028 shirts.
Dude,
Fisk 2028.
the only issue is we'll make it copyrighted. That's the only
I don't
issue.
give a fuck. Just Fisk 2028, the Trump of TV. Let's get it done. Like,
It's legit an exhausting show. I'm about 2 episodes behind because it's just like it's misery porn. It's absolute misery porn. The last episode I watched, like it was bank robbers and it was all Irish guys on St. Patrick's Day. So all the white guys again are committing crime and they were like charming and captivating and interesting, even though you're supposed to hate them.
Yeah.
And then all the people that are at gunpoint are all minorities, and it's just like, and they're all like miserable and like suffering. And it's just like I like the Irish criminals.
Yeah, and the police chief is some like quirky Asian older chick that's
Yes.
just like, oh, I'm gonna make a joke about the Irish or something. It's
Is
like,
it
oh my
Aquafina?
god. I don't know,
God.
maybe.
No,
I
she
don't
didn't
even
start
know.
singing.
oh my god, no, it's not animated. If it's
I-
animated, it's Aquafina. She's
I-
fucking every animated movie.
I
in
saw the
there.
trailer for Renfield a while ago. I wanted to watch it, never did. Finally watched it. God damn it, does it fucking just fall under any expectation I had of it. I don't know if you guys saw it, but
I
bringing
want
her up
to.
pissed me off about it. Nick
Yeah,
Cage, great. The rest of it, I don't fucking care.
Well, it's
I
Nick Cage, of
care
course,
about
he's
the
going to
rest
be
of it.
great.
I am
It's Nick
removing
Cage.
it from my list right now because I didn't know that water brand Asian black woman is in it. So
Yes.
okay, it's off the list.
Yeah, she's the
Lord.
cop that Renfield ends up liking because she's very certain of herself, and she wants to get justice on.
I liked her in
on the
Raya and the Last
gang and
Dragon.
everything.
She was the good dragon.
Shut the fuck up.
She was fine in that. She was good in Raya. I like Raya. Raya was a good movie.
I just hate about like the sphere of the internet is that they'll watch like these horrible misery porn things and then they will like technically support it, and then things that are actually good that come out like just get swept under the rug. Like we've been championing The Day the Earth Blew Up, which is the latest
Yes,
Looney Tunes movie.
You love
I
that,
watched
dude.
it. I love that. I actually watched
Right?
it because you guys talked about it.
Oh,
and
I
was
didn't
like,
know.
okay, I
That's
need to see it.
awesome.
Yeah,
Wasn't it
I-
great?
Yes, incredible. Like it's
Oh,
very
yeah.
good.
One of
And
the
no
best
one's
movies we've seen
seeing
in
it.
ages. It's so good.
Oh,
David
No
even
one's
jumped
seeing it.
on. Well,
Warner
you
Brothers
jumped on.
fucking hates Looney Tunes.
Yes!
I don't understand why they fucking hate. We actually just talked about this. What, Sunday, Alex? Or
Yeah,
Saturday?
yeah.
Yeah, but it pisses me off that this is basically the last Looney Tunes thing we're gonna. I'm convinced it's the
Well,
last.
did
thing
I
we're gonna-
send you? They're doing the thing. They're going ahead with the Wile E. Coyote court case.
Yep.
Yes,
They're
I
doing
jumped
that,
on it.
which
Yeah,
could
yeah.
also be good. They're saying that it
Was it
pays homage
ketchup
to a
on
lot
it
of,
or something like that?
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But that looks like it could be good. It looks like a We Frame Roger Rabbit type of thing where
Ooh,
he's
friend.
there with the live action setting. But I
Yeah.
mean, and Dave, you did a good job. I don't know if you guys know, we had a past guest on, Blaine from Criticless. I don't know if you guys are on Criticless at all. I would jump on there. It's a fucking awesome app. You leave, if
just
you like watch
review.
movies and things you like, you leave
Yeah,
your
you
own
can talk
reviews.
about stuff.
And you can talk about it in a community.
reviewed for
Criticless is dope.
Video flew up on
David did one over there for this exactly.
Mhm.
And, like, I just like what Blaine's doing, giving him free press right now. But
Is it like a
You-
replacement to like Rotten Tomatoes?
it's
IMDb?
supposed to be. It's supposed to be a
Yes.
replacement of the Rotten
Yeah.
Tomatoes and IMDb. And it's like no censors. It's a
Nice.
community. It's kind of like a
Yeah.
social aspect too. But
Mhm.
you leave your review. You can kind of like rank like violence, appropriateness,
Yeah,
any
family,
political
is it family
leaning,
friendly, is
your
it this,
percentage
is
for how
that?
much you liked it or not.
Yeah.
And then
That's
you
awesome.
can just leave a little review and people like it, comment back and stuff. Like
Mhm.
it's pretty dope. So if you guys jump on there, let me know. I'll go follow you guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, we talked about this. WB has done a terrible job of keeping Looney Tunes in the forefront, right? Of at least marketing it and bringing it back, even if they're reimagining it, making it more, less slapstick, less violent. No kids know who the fuck any of these characters are, and they're great characters, but nobody knows who they are. So when they drop a movie like this, we like it.
Well,
we
they didn't
watch
even
Looney
fucking
Tunes.
market the movie.
They didn't at all.
Yeah.
They didn't at
Yeah.
all. And it's
It-
two of the
it-
greatest characters between Porky and fucking Daffy. Like they're amazing,
Mhm.
but kids don't know who they are. So it's like it was always gonna bomb. And then Warner Brothers can point to that in their meetings and go, "Well, we tried, and it didn't do
It's-
good." It's like you guys didn't do anything for it.
The lore on this movie is also crazy because I looked into it because I'm like, how the fuck did this all happen?
Mhm.
And it turns out that what Warner Brothers is doing, as you guys have known, is they've just been shelving everything,
Yes.
and then they can just get their taxes back on it pretty much.
Mhm.
And so
Yeah,
that's
suck.
what happened. Yeah, that's what happened to Batgirl. That's what happened to Wile E. Coyote versus Acme
Yep.
and all this stuff. But they kept the budget. So it's the people working on this knew that was going to happen. And so they intentionally kept the budget insanely low. And actually a bunch of people
looks
that were
great.
working on it, they were moonlighting. Like they were working at DreamWorks. And they weren't telling their bosses at DreamWorks that they were secretly working on this at night.
Awesome.
And so pretty much because the budget was so low, Warner couldn't get the money back on it. They couldn't do what they always do.
Awesome. Fuck them.
And that's why they had to sell it to Ketchup. And then Ketchup, they bought it for I think like 15 million, and it's at around 10 million now. But the reason there's no marketing is that Ketchup couldn't even market it because it's just like, this is not going to make anything, just release it. And it was all just leverage so that they could get Wile E. Coyote versus Acme. So I'm going to be there day one. Like it was a huge 40 chess play by like a dozen people. It's crazy.
It also makes sense why it came out pretty well, because DreamWorks has been fucking killing it with their animation lately. So if it's a bunch of DreamWorks people that are moonlighting on the side, that they're doing their jobs and that they're passionate about it. And DreamWorks is everything DreamWorks makes, I'll watch. Like they are animated, especially. They are crushing it. So doing awesome. So I want to switch gears from Aslan being a woman to a woman being a woman.
This is dumb. I don't know why I threw it in here.
So Ashley St. Clair, who is a former conservative, was kind of always a grifter that got simps to really like her, came out and said this super Christian conservative got plowed by the richest man on the planet, had his 13th child, and now apparently $2.5 million payout and $500,000 a month are not enough for her child. So,
oh my God.
Guys, have you guys heard anything about this?
I've been following a little bit. I find it interesting because Elon Musk is just severely autistic and loves video games. So I have a feeling that he is just building up like an RTS army. Like he's going to do the equivalent of a Zerg rush. And so he's just having sex with like every like half decent looking woman in the conservative movement and just being like babies. And then eventually he's just going to have an Elon Musk autistic army, and it's going to be beautiful. So yeah, I didn't know about this latest part, but I've been following the
I remember finding the original tweet and being like, "Whoa, what?" You and I were like in a restaurant, James, or something. I remember that moment, and I just turned my phone to you, and I was like, I can't even explain what I just read.
Dave, do you have the video from Laura Loomer? Did I send it to you?
No, I don't think you did. But I mean,
I have it right now. I did. I sent it to you. It's on our X. Here, go find it. Go watch the video where, oh my God, as Ashley St. Clair was selling her Tesla, the media just happened to be there, and she happened to be ready to, tell the media why she is selling it. And Dave, it should be in our messages there, because number one, it's Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer's out of her fucking mind too, right? Like
what? No, Laura Loomer is out of her mind?
Here's the thing, Laura Loomer. I put people. There's a net positive, net negatives, right, of people, and Laura Loomer has some good to her, right? She does shit like this, like she breaks some decent stories, but you can also acknowledge she's off her fucking rocker, right? So it's like I'd have Laura on the show in a heartbeat. She seems funny as shit, and she's crazy, like, and that's okay, but. This is video. If David can ever find it, he's being autistic right now. It's right on our messages. Just scroll up like.
Is it my favorite Laura Loomer video of her drunk and hitting on super young guys?
No. Not
that awesome one, or not the one of her basically fucking freaking out on Milo Yiannopoulos over at a Trump.
That was hilarious.
At a Trump event, and basically the Trump people coming in and basically telling him, "Hey, we're gonna kick you the fuck out if you don't stop."
Laura Loomer is like a real life Looney Tunes character. So I can't completely hate her.
I really do think if you hit her with the hammer over her head, she might just bounce back.
So let's say you're despicable.
I'm selling it because I need to make up for the 60% cut that Elon made to our son's child support.
Why do you think that he did that?
That's a great question for him.
Oh my God, this is so scripted.
Vindictive against you in some way?
Yeah, that's his modus operandi when women speak out.
When was the last time that you spoke to him or tried to speak to him?
February 13th?
How do you remember that offhand?
Yeah, seriously.
How was your character?
It's all right there on the clipboard.
You can check the stocks. I'm not the only one
We
who's
won't get you.
cleaning up after his messes.
We're not gonna get you. And then boom, this dramatic video of Carvana. She's selling at the fucking Carvana. With that fucking line. Carvana. And you know, here's the thing. And Dave, you can get this fucking.
Yeah.
The thing that drives me crazy about all this is when she made the announcement that she had the child.
Congratulations.
Even some former guests on our fucking show were going out there and congratulating. Stop knocking her. She brought in a life, the sanctity, and blah, blah. And it's like, y'all, hypocritical as fuck, right? We would rip if this was God pick.
I'm just surprised it's not AOC, man.
The
timeline is there.
He's on the list.
It's right there. The timeline.
No,
is
that would be
wacky
Alex
enough.
Stein's kid. That would not be Elon's. Anyway, pick any leftist woman, right? If they sat there and they had a kid out of wedlock with George Soros or Alex Soros. Let's do Alex. George has all that loose skin and old balls. Don't want that.
He's like
Alex
Palpatine. He's
Soros.
just gonna clone
He is.
himself.
But if it's Alex Soros, just randomly plays out one of the liberal starlets, right?
Mhm.
And she has a kid, all the conservatives, every single one in lockstep would be ripping her to shreds, you know, basically like saying all the things that you should be saying, right? Like, hey, this is wrong. You were gold digging, like all that type of shit. But just because it was somebody on our side, they were all defending. And now I didn't see a single fucking person comment on that one that was cheerleading her. So it's like, guys, what the fuck are we doing here? Right?
I don't know. It's a dime a dozen. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna have another kid. He just needs to harvest more Vespine gas, and then immediately he's gonna, create more units and upgrade.
Is
them.
there a poly market on which conservative woman he will have?
I want to bet on it. I want to gamble on this.
We
so bad.
should start a bet right here. Like, who's it gonna be? I mean,
I literally said to Kay, who is now black again. I guess you need to hate furries more.
I don't know.
She blocked out the sun, and now look at her.
You can't have the hairstyle. How dare you?
Are you getting an afro right now? But I literally said that it was going to be Laura Loomer. I don't know.
I thought so too.
Maybe she's too crazy for his king, but God help anyone that disrespects his queen there. So I really hope it happens. Laura Loomer. Who else do we got? Marjorie Taylor Greene, I guess, and
Lauren Boebert also could be.
Lauren,
Lauren
yeah.
Boebert,
She looks good in a dress. You take her to a musical or whatever it was, and then take her to Billy Bust Up. There you go.
Like their video of her and Kid Rock walking away somewhere, which is very
no.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was at like one of the parties, and someone took a video of them like walking somewhere.
She's holding for Kid Rock, baby.
You know what? Good for Boebert. She's single. Good for Boebert, okay?
Keep her away from Elon. We don't need any more units. He's at his capacity.
You can't stop that, man.
Reload. He's like Genghis Khan. He wants to get a record. Like Genghis Khan is half the world, so he wants to get half the world as well. Like we're all related to Genghis Khan somehow.
Do you think he's gonna cheat at this like he did with Diablo and like hire a bunch of Indians to impregnate women instead and say they're his kids? But people be able to tell.
Bunch of H1B babies.
No, he would be the one that would just like freeze his sperm and just inseminate a bunch of women. And there
was questions about this one being a turkey baster kid, but I think that was thrown out the window. I think they actually did
smash.
He actually did smash Ashley.
What's the deal? Hey, listen, you know what? If they're any sort of good looking and you're Elon, you might as well do the deed, right? Like, why not? Like, honestly, you might as well. Yeah. I mean, if it's someone that's not as desirable and you're just trying to pop a kid out, turkey based it, right?
So,
like,
there was some poly markets about another Elon baby before July, another Elon baby this month,
but not with the people.
Will Elon get someone pregnant before July, but not like specific people? So
I won money on the Royal Rumble, so I could bet on this. I'm sure.
Wait, did JF bet on this? Do you remember he wrote this huge tweet, JF Garepi, and he's like, he must have inseminated Ashley St. Clair at 11:58 a.m. on this day.
Justice for Mama JF, by the way.
Yeah.
We love our potatoes.
We love JF going mashing potatoes, man. It's unfortunate, but I don't think I saw that JF tweet, or I just went by it because I can only take so much of that shit.
He did a video where he was like, at this very moment when I was live, Elon Musk was inseminating Ashley Sinclair. It was so good, and so it's like he found the exact precise moment where he thinks they were having sex. It was incredible.
Yeah, he
And
was
of
like
course he was.
reviewing the tapes and everything. It was this
Fucking
whole thing.
hilarious.
It was huge. He has
That's
the check
wild.
mark, so it's just like paragraphs on paragraphs.
Was that one of the times where the police came and fucking visited him asking about where the fuck his wife is? Or
Bro has like escaped Canada or something.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
he's
Like
gone.
he's just running.
He just
everywhere.
dipped out.
yeah, he sent some tweets about him leaving, and he's gone because he was being investigated too much. He felt like they were harassing him. So
Maybe he
left.
should have fucking given notes to Luigi Mangione how to leave somewhere in 3 fucking days. The most believable guy ever. Murder someone in 3 days, only make it to Pennsylvania. But I digress.
It's
Lord.
McDonald's.
McDonald's in Pennsylvania, yeah, and hitting on somebody. What a fucking weirdo. Anyway,
Well, he was hitting on someone.
apparently that he got caught. That's how like he was like, that's why he was doing that creepy fucking smile in the perfectly placed video with a manifesto and a weapon in his backpack.
Oh.
Believe that.
All for a
Right?
Big Mac. Oh my
All
god.
for a Big Mac.
Not even
Good
as good as
Lord.
it used to be. McDonald's
No.
used to be better.
You
Oh,
get
the
the
patties are
McNugget.
so small
Yeah.
and everything. McNuggets and Buffalo. McNuggets and Buffalo are the way to go.
You guys get buffalo sauce? Oh, I would
Jesus,
kill
I'm
for
so
some
sorry,
buffalo
Canada.
sauce.
You don't get. Oh wow.
No, we
But
don't. We don't get anything here.
You guys are. They call Gaza an open air prison. Sounds like Canada's one. Like, what's
Seriously?
going
Well,
on?
but
You
apparently
guys
we
get
can just
buffalo
leave
sauce?
even if we kill our wives.
That is true.
allegedly.
Well, no.
Wait a minute.
She no. She went. She,
I'm coming for
Wait,
that
wait, wait.
buffalo.
No.
This may be my last recorded interview. I
Hey,
just want
you're
to
more
than
know.
welcome to
Okay,
not a
okay,
brony,
if
but I'll
James,
just kill
if
myself.
James wants to go on a
sauce.
hike, don't go. Do
Hey,
that
not
this
if
go.
you feel
moment.
scared right now, just say I want buffalo sauce. We will save you.
Oh, I am coming for the buffalo sauce. But we live in the land of Chris Benoit. Lightning can strike twice.
If we see James just get jacked and he's getting bigger and all of a sudden he's getting
Oh,
twitchy,
He's doing a
on
whole
the
bunch of
roids.
diving headbutts. It's just like no. Be
One
careful.
day he just
Teeth
throws fucking
coming
Tay
in.
into a crippler crossface on live stream, and it's like, oh shit, we gotta go save her. He's losing it.
Hell yeah. Oh my god.
All right, so Nate G coming in here and saying Elon should save that child from being raised by the insane person pending the Murray Show paternity test. You mean Maury? I think it probably autocorrected from Maury. But I'll take
Maury
Murray too.
did reply to a tweet so that did happen.
actually
I ain't
him?
touching this one. I think he said.
I think it was
That-
actually him,
Yeah.
Oh my
but I'm not
God.
sure. I just saw a picture of it.
Nate also saying Bobert loves Ball with the Ball. Yes,
with the
yes,
Ball.
she might. Ball with the Ball is a great song. Okay.
It is.
JB coming in saying Elon can build robots to do it for him.
Yeah, he could.
Elon insemination bots.
Oh my
Just
God,
wa-
that's
could you imagine
terrifying.
that? They just like you're having like dinner with your wife and kid, and a robot kicks through your door. The Elon insemination bot is here. Resistance is futile. You gotta like sacrifice your
dear
wife
God.
in the future to the Elon
Oh,
insemination bot.
dear
Like
Jesus.
that'd be fucking terrible unless you go to
It's
jail.
like Locutus. Like holy shit. Oh my god.
We honestly, that could be like a terrible fucking sci-fi at some point. Like, just
Yeah.
basically, obviously make it Elon Musk and obviously make it his robots, and he's
Why
forcing
you-
insemination on the planet.
Why are you giving Netflix ideas? They're writing this down. They're
It's gonna
listening.
star Kevin James, like because everything fucking stars Kevin James. That's terrible on Netflix. Honestly, he'll be cast as like fucking the kid in Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Anyway, and JB coming in there, and I like Kevin James, by the way. He's just terrible on Netflix movies. But you don't take your manifesto to McDonald's with you. Weird.
My
mean-
manifesto is 20 McNuggets with the plum sauce, large fries.
Oh, you want to hear something else that we get? I don't know if David gets it, but we get fucking sweet in our supermarkets. We get in our supermarkets, it's a bag of 20 nuggets for $5, and they're damn near identical to the McDonald's nuggets. It's a
$5?
fucking sack of 20 fucking
Wait,
nuggets.
where?
$5.
20
Maybe I-
McNuggets, you have to like sell a kidney over
At our
there.
Stop and Shop, at our local grocery store, Stop and Shop, and like all the Stop and Shops around us, just 20 fucking they taste exactly and they look like McNuggets. $5.
I hate
We
this
have to sign
country.
up for like those interest-free payments on DoorDash. Have a pizza here, and you're talking
Yeah.
about like $5 McNuggets. Like this is crazy to
100%.
me.
I'm not telling anybody to come to New York because that might be the only perk of this fucking place,
I was
but it
gonna
is
say,
a good one.
I get alcohol in my markets. You don't
So do
get
we.
that.
We
Yes,
don't
we
do
do.
that.
I thought New
No,
York
we
could
get
get it.
not alcohol. We can have beer
Yeah.
in
No,
our
we get
supermarkets,
alcohol.
not
We
alcohol.
get everything. We have like a wine.
But what they
section.
do is they just put the fucking alcohol store quite literally right next to the supermarket, where like you just have to go around the corner and go get your booze. So
It's
But-
20.
oh,
Canada
man.
has literally 0 perks. This is great. Like there's nothing good.
when you have
You
made.
guys have South Park to make fun of you. That's
true.
your perk. You guys need to continue to exist so South Park can continue to fucking
We're,
flap heads.
we're the world's punching bag. That's our reason to exist, pretty much.
No, you
Good
know what though? You
Lord.
have Canadian Mounties. Canadian Mounties look fucking cool. Like they still like that's the one thing they haven't fucked with is the fact that the Mounties still look like they're from 1927.
That's true. But
that's
yeah,
okay.
now they just have to police us for like hate speech. That's the only problem now. So it's
Yeah.
like
I'm
at least
surprised you
look
guys
cool,
are allowed
like,
to have a show. I'm not gonna lie. Like I am actually. I
don't
sit
tell
there and
them.
I
I was gonna say,
remember
it-
sometimes that you guys are Canadian. I'm like, holy shit.
It's like,
Like-
is it Britain yet where they are where they actually are doing online hate speech shit in Canada?
I mean,
Oh,
there's
yeah, no, we don't have
literally
free
a
speech.
racist hotline. So
Doesn't it depend on the
Yeah.
Providence too? Don't all like the Providences have different type of rules and they like supersede some shit over in
I
Canada?
don't know.
so.
We're owned by the British. I have no idea. We can't
And
say anything.
part of them, the French though. It's like, who's your fucking real ally? Like Quebec is like, fuck the British, we go French. Like they don't listen to anything Britain wants to say
But
because they're more
our,
French than the
our
French.
hate their French. Like it's just
Yeah.
Well, they're more
nobody
French
likes
than the
us.
French. Because the French
Yeah.
are like, hey, you can put English in the same size on your billboard as much as you want. Quebec's like, if it's anywhere near the same size, you're getting arrested. It's like, fuck you people.
I guess we do have the most French because the real French are just Muslim now. So I don't
Yes,
know.
that
It's
is
just
true.
so it's so
And
hard
you
to
guys
track.
haven't lost any wars or easily been taken over by Germany yet over there. So
Yeah, I mean,
France
I'll
kind of
plead
sucks
the
at fighting
fifth.
wars. They just
But
suck.
yeah.
Oh, so we'll get to a few more comments and then we're actually going to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So before I tank any chances of getting elected anymore, because I'm running for town board. Isn't that great?
Private the stream after. Just
Nah.
it's fine.
Nah, I
Save
don't know.
yourself.
I don't care. So JB going like the Rock's Evil Scientist skit on SNL.
Fantastic skit.
One of the best skits considering, SNL has been balls for a long time. It's a great skit. JB, take 2 of the nuggets and shove them up your ass.
Up your ass.
It's aggressive.
I understand that reference,
aggressive.
JB.
Yes, I agree. You know what?
I get it.
David, you'll try that later. Well, tell me how it works out.
You gotta be at least 5.
Nate G going, hockey is a perk until 2026 when the USA snatches that too. I mean, we were very close to beating you in the exhibition. The Olympics were going to take
I
it.
wanted
Anyway.
it to happen because I thought it'd be funny.
Yeah.
And then we'd get riots.
Racist hotline, like you call and they answer with racist hotline. What's your racism emergency?
Literally, no,
Yeah,
that's
they give you
literally what it
slurs.
is.
I'm not even joking. That's pretty much what it is.
Can you please do a
literally what
live
it is.
call to the racist hotline on your channel one day and record it just so people can hear
So
what it sounds like
funny.
in Canada?
Okay, if you're
I
going
need to
to
find
get
that.
if you're going to get arrested for that type of stuff, you should do a bit where you have the racism hotline, but instead of calling to like report racism, people call in for slurs they could use. So you can go ahead and give them a new one. Use based on the situation.
Slurs you're not allowed to say in
Oh.
Canada. Make them the most like benign slurs ever that Canada would arrest
Hey,
you
it'd be
for.
perfect with that. How many new black people and brony slurs have you gotten over the past week? There you go.
Oh my
You
God.
should run it.
Make many. You're right.
Yeah, that would be great. So, James K, this unfortunately has
Go
to come to an end
subscribe.
at some point, and we
God.
absolutely love having you guys on. Please
Thank
go and subscribe, whether you are on YouTube or Rumble, Facebook. Not Facebook. You guys, do you have a Facebook? I do.
No,
X,
Facebook's
Instagram.
actually dead in Canada. So yeah, there's no
Oh,
point.
is it? Is it that?
Yeah.
I mean, Zuckerberg.
We
has it
literally
on
have a
Instagram.
rule where you're not allowed to post news, and so Facebook is dead.
Are you
You-
serious?
If
Yeah,
you
it's
try to
dead.
post a news link in Canada, it blocks it, and it says
Yeah.
posting news is not allowed in your country.
What?
I'm not even
Content not
joking.
available. And this is a fight between journalists and Google and Canada, by the way. This isn't even like
That's
it is obviously
incredible.
censorship, but at the end of the day, it was journalists getting mad that the clicks weren't going to their site directly because Google was able to you could read the headline and just go from there and go on Twitter and Facebook and go crazy. Well, Facebook somehow got involved in all that in the government, and then they all just got mad. Everyone was fighting on the same side. Now you can't share any news on Facebook at all. Like it's literally
Elon's right.
blocked.
Canada is not a country.
No,
No.
it's a silly place.
Like,
It's so
Avoid it.
dumb.
it's bizarre. But anyway, we love having you guys on.
Yeah.
Like Dave said, he just showed up there. Please go and subscribe to Melee Games. You will get debauchery like this, but you will get the same debauchery while they are playing video games. And they're playing, it's one thing I like about you guys are not like all the other, like, oh, we're just going to play popular game, period.
No,
And
fuck that.
you guys play the
Yeah,
popular
that's right.
games, right? But you also play a ton of retro.
I showed it
a
up there.
ton
I
of-
should have kept it up, but you were just playing Croc, Legend of the Goblin.
Last night, that was a remaster
Yes.
that just came out. Its launch day is today, and it's so good. It's so
You
good.
play a shit ton
Yeah.
of random games too. I love the Sunday roulette. is one of my favorite things to pop in on, because sometimes you are a tortured soul with the games that you guys are playing. But it is always fun. So go and subscribe to Melee Games. Go on, again, X. And also go to Kay as well, Melee Charisma, if you want to go follow her. She is quirky, she's fun, and like I said, just observe her.
Watch her battle.
Observe her taking people the fuck
Bronies and
down.
blacks.
Never feel the need to white knight for her, because you'll just get caught in the crosshairs, and she'll take you down too. But anyway, we appreciate it all. Everyone, wherever you watch from, we appreciate the chat as always, jumping in and giving us a bunch of stuff. I know a bunch of you guys are Melee game people, and we appreciate you guys for jumping in and commenting, and hope you will drop a subscribe on our channel as well. And
do it. These guys are awesome. If you're from our community, like seriously, these guys are so much fun. So definitely give them a follow.
We appreciate that, and give us a follow and everything everywhere else. And if you're listening via podcast form, 5 stars is the only thing you're allowed to.
Just realized you're wearing the unbreaded shirt.
I am wearing the unbreaded. Listen, Ricada's gone fucking crazy. He's gone crazy. But the
why do you hate bread?
Yeah, what's going on?
You never seen? Oh my god! All right, real quick before we end.
Well, we'll just show him after because I don't even know if we can play that on YouTube.
We probably can't. We'll show you after, but there's a whole lore behind unbreaded, why David and I both got unbreaded shirts. But we'll show you later. But anyway, we appreciate everyone that watches. And